You're now watching RIPS.
We'll call it 90,000 on the day, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. That's exactly what we were looking for. There's that 35 tag as promised.
You're likely going to be a lot better than you were last year, as long as you take it seriously.
And RIPS shows the Jack 8. Cash is flowing to RIPS.
Look at that, just getting absolute. And it's RIPS winning one of the biggest pots of the session.
Wow. $250,000 on the week, baby. Let's go. There's nothing that makes me happier than when I see you folks win. Can it hold this push lower below 80s? This would be a big break if we can hold this push. $6,000 on the day in our Lucid Pro account. This is your entry. This is your ad. This is your takeout. Boom, right there. Good morning, everybody, and happy... What is it? It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Woo! If you're here with me in the Kick, X, or YouTube chat, go ahead and say what's up. Let's see who's with us early this morning. We got Tater, Rips Mod, Richard Harris, Wow, Pursuing Profits, CD Trades, Cranberry, Market Maker Drew in the building, Kelly Kaufman. What's up, Teluni? Algin, Slee, Bucko, Barefoot Greenback, Chad Brown, Goyal. What up, Nasdaqistan Warrior, A2DY, Wine Lore, Paul Yoon, Mohammed, good morning to you. What up, what up, what up? We got Triple B Trader Tim, 21. Just in case, Tomoki, too high for slots. Haas Nuts, Kenny Twin Trading, Kralau. Good morning, Standing Up Red Coffee Trades, Navy Guy, Cube, Q, Sovereign Pulse, JT Does Not Cook. What up, Cam Dingo, Philtastic, Musped, Sparky Trader, Breezy for Sheezy, Cat Trader Broker, Gunslinger, Sander DBE, Triple Deluxe, Scott Martin, Crocker Z, Kick Back and Relax. Good morning. You can say hi to yourselves. Hold on. Right there. There it is. What up, Mick Crush and Golden Boy, Ripsmod 69, Giggity Goo, Tezza, Phil Miami Beach, No Fox, TD, good morning. Dawes Trades, River Olson, JY Biker Boy, NQ Nonsense, Passion, Doomslayer, Kenny U, J Prow, Shrew Daggle, KMW, J Diaz, Defeater to Das, Tafcasted. I like your name. Tafcasted. Tafcasted. Airmark, Ruska Beats. What up? How are you? TDG 3000. Price Action Pete in the building. KS Trader set a peak. Highway to Hell TNT. Good morning to you. Thibby, brand new Brandon, Fast Money Formula Ashton, OG Profits Carter in the building, 001, Alessio SFN, Milo, Lucky Strike, G Jones, Rockin' TJ, Danford, Dane Trader, Quicksand, AFA, Mark Lark, Any Error, Connecticut J, OG Profits, Lexus, yes. CD Trade says, my Funded Seed Ultra Funded account just got switched to admin mode at 3,100 profit. You have to take a payout. You have to take a payout. Payout number one. Congratulations to you, by the way. Yo. Give it up for CD Trades. Getting to that first payout in their Funded Seed Ultra account. On your feet. Come on. Let's go, Rips Nation. Give it up. Woo-wee. Gotta love it. Okay, so that's your first payout in your Funded Seed Ultra account. And that means now it's the same thing as a live account, pretty much. That's it. Like, you're good now. You did it. You made it. That's sick, man. What is this thing? I'm gonna make this. The offset is wrong. Whatever. It's fine. Whoops. That's huge. That's what she said. Okay, there we go. Fix it. But yeah, that's your very first payout. Yeah, dude, the overnight session. I'm jealous of all of you London traders. Asia, London, Tokyo, all that good sauce. You guys smacked it overnight, huh? It's funny how this was the regular trading hours move. You know, modest 200 points, and then the overnight session got 437 points top to bottom. Come on! Give that to us. Give that to us New York folks. Us New York session traders. Come on! We just deserve it some days, don't we? We are pushing back down to test the bottom of this range right now. What I do want to do is I want to put some of these levels, some of our NQ levels. God, they're so good on the chart today. I wonder if I could just grab one. Let's see what happens if I do that. Dude, how are they so good? These are, dude, that's the actual level. And then watch this one. You guys have all these from the free Instagram group. Like, okay, you're gonna tell me, like, look at that. Those are from the free Instagram group. Before this happened, those levels were given like a week ago, I believe. Yup. Let's do that one too. I'll get this one up here. Yo, bro, how you doing? What's up? Yeah, I'm doing well, man. Thank you. I am doing well. We have the CEO of TPT coming on in under an hour here. The levels are based on a formula that I developed over the years that involves positioning, amongst other things, but that's the leading cause of these levels. Leading cause. It's what makes these levels tick to the tick. Actually, you used your 29887 level for entry at Euro Open. Go to levels, bro. You used. Yeah, nice. Awesome, Jeff. Otis says, first day back in the stream for the whole day after about a week, man. Stoked to be back. Where you been, Otis? What's been keeping you out of the screams, by the way? I am curious. I wonder if we could trade our TPT account before James gets here. Maybe. Maybe. Hey, Rivs, thank you for all the Alpha U spread. Just let me ask, since I was supposed to have won a Lucid account as last Thursday's giveaway and have sent the screenshots your team reclaimed. My question is if there's anything else you need. Yes, I'll do it right now. Bad on my team. Bad team. What did you want? Lucid what? What did we get you? Lucid Flex or Lucid Pro? Ribs, how is Carlos doing? I don't know. When I left his mom's house, she was still asleep, or he was still asleep. She was wide awake, believe me. Sketchy trade at 4444446. Richard, what are you trading? Oh, you're trading gold, huh? It's like, what are you trading that's trading 4,000? Is gold trading? Yeah, nice. Nice. Flax. Okay, Flow Bananas. What's your name on Instagram real quick? Pretty please. Okay, thank you. Let me get that to you right meow. Sorry that took so long, man. It's the giveaways that we've been doing in here lately have been, I've always had somewhere to go. So there you go. Enjoy. Okay, so yeah, we will have the CEO of TPT on today. If you are living under a rock right now and you have not learned anything, we have seen a massive change for the better for TPT. It's actually something that I thought I'd never see. So in 14 minutes from now, we are going to have some data coming out. Hold on. These guys are going to shut up in my ears. Okay, so at 8:30, we are going to get the New York Fed Services Business Activity, the Import Price Index for July, the July housing starts, and the July building permits. So a lot of July data is coming out as scheduled. This is not new. This is not breaking news or anything, but this is the scheduled data that we were expecting to see at the bottom of the hour. So we will see that coming out in about less than 14 minutes here. None of the news today. We do have a lot of news, and I spoke about this in the morning memo, which is currently being posted. The morning memo, if you don't know, talks about all of the levels and everything, gives them to you in an easy to digest, tight little package. And that is going to be coming out shortly. But I talk about it in the morning memo this morning, talking about how we have a lot of news that's coming out today, but none of it is really high impact. And in fact, this week is pretty soft when it comes to news. The biggest news this week, I mean, it can be arguable about what the biggest impact of the news is going to be, but we get the FOMC minutes coming out. Now, there's going to be a lot of people who are on social media that are not, they're not traders. So they're going to be telling you, oh, FOMC is tomorrow. No, the FOMC meeting minutes come out tomorrow, which means not much, because there's really not that much that happened at the last meeting. However, there's some type of surprise, something rather. I think we'll see that. I believe there was 3 dissenters of the voting membership last meeting, 3 dissenters, but we can fact check that when the meeting minutes come out. The meeting minutes are essentially detailed notes of what happened during their meeting. We kept rates on hold, but this will maybe shed some light on whether or not we're going to see a rate hike in the next meeting or this year, or how many hikes we're going to see this year, or no hikes or pauses or cuts or whatever. I believe the expectation is to see at least 1 hike this year around December-ish, maybe the next meeting, September. So yeah, those are the meeting minutes, and those are going to be coming out tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So not a big deal. Outside of that, we will get jobless claims on Thursday, and then on Friday, it's practically nothing. It's the semi report that comes out that nobody really cares about. So, hey bro, Rips, I have a question. I'm from Pakistan. Can I trade funded seat ultra accounts? Let me see. Let me go on their website and go in their FAQ and just check on the restricted countries. Restricted countries. Okay. Pakistan. Okay, Pakistan is pilot simulated only. We're currently running a simulated only pilot program for traders from Pakistan, as Pakistani traders are not eligible to transition to a live account. Upon reaching the payout thresholds that would ordinarily trigger a move to live, these traders will instead be retired from the simulated stage at the firm. At that point, all active accounts will be closed and they will no longer be able to trade with funded seats. So if you have been moved to live on funded seat, you cannot trade any longer. But if you are still in the funded simulated funded stage or evaluation stage, you should be good to go. Muradali. Edgy Invest says TPT is rocking and rolling, 50% discount in 3 days to pass. Yes. So I think I got sidetracked there, but yeah, TPT is now 3 days to pass, baby. 3 days to pass. So there you have it. Not sure why buyers haven't tapped 7740 yet. Maybe they will. Right now, we are just kind of holding on these lows. TPT is also a monthly fee. Yeah, but I mean, 3 days to pass. 3 days to pass, my guy. That's such a steal. TPT has to be the best deal in the industry right now, don't you think, Rips? Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the 3 days to pass, I always shoot you guys straight, right? On this stream, I always talk about what I feel is the best. I don't like to play favorites, but I like to shoot straight. So if you've been watching the show recently, one of the things that I've been talking about a lot was funded seat ultra accounts. Because funded seat ultra accounts, before the change this Sunday, you could have 5 of them. There's no trailing drawdown once you get funded. and they pay you up to they pay you minimum $100,000 per account USD cash before they even think about moving you to live. Whereas one of the biggest gripes in the prop firm industry right now is that some firms are moving you to live and people don't like that, which is fine. I mean, I can understand where people can get upset about that because it's, they want to stay in their sim funded environment. Whatever. I disagree with it. It's fine. It's okay. Whatever. But, Funded Seed Ultra made those changes on Sunday where now the cap is 2 accounts. 2 accounts. That's pretty much all that really changed is 2 accounts. 2 accounts on your Funded Seed Ultra accounts. Now, every single time we've had this talk about TPT and whatnot, I've always said the exact same thing because I keep it real. I always say the exact same thing. I said, TPT's business model is perfect as is. It should never be changed because they pay out so many people. They've never had payout denials. Everything's great. And we'll be talking about this more when James is on this show. James is the CEO of TPT. He's going to be on the show in just over 30 minutes here. So we'll talk about it too. But the one thing that I've always said about TPT is that I'm not a huge fan of buying resets, and I just can't stand the whole 5-day thing, right? I hate the 5-day thing. It's annoying. You get into funded, and like for me personally, the trailing drawdown once you're in funded, that's the other second gripe. Those are the 2 gripes I have, the 5 days and the intraday trailing drawdown once you get to funded. And I've always said TPT has a perfect business model. Obviously what they're doing is working. They're probably not going to ever change it, right? Well, TPT came out yesterday and they said, we're moving the 5-day to pass thing and we're moving it to 3 days. And that to me is an extreme change. That's huge. You just shaved off 40% of the time that you need to pass, 40%. And they didn't change it to like a 33% consistency or 35% consistency. It's still a 50% consistency rule in the evaluation. Now, still, there is intraday drawdown once you get funded, but I mean, I'm sorry, but if they took that away, I don't think that you're going to see a TPT in 3 months from now. Do you know what I mean? I believe that then you have to have some gotchas in the prop firms for them to be able to give you that much leverage for such a cheap cost. If they want to jump the prices to like, $2,000 per account or something like that, or like $1,000 activation fee, maybe they can make it make sense without an intraday trailing drawdown. But the rules are the rules because they work and they allow the proliferation of the firm. What was the purpose of the 5 days incentive to buy resets? I've always thought that for sure. I mean, that's what has made the most sense to me. But yeah, I mean, whatever the case, they figured out in their formula that 3 days can still work. And their payouts are still some of the fastest in the game. Their wallet system is goated. Like all of this stuff is extremely strong, right? Murdali says, but how if I don't be able to trade on live accounts, and what's the point of me trading Funded Seed Ultra account? What do you mean? Because it's sim funded, brother, and you can take up to $100,000 USD in payouts before they even think about moving you to live. Do you know what I mean? That doesn't make sense? Makes sense to me. Let me know if you have any questions further about that. You get paid $100,000 per account. In this case, it'd be $200,000 now. 80% of that, $160,000 before. No, I'm from Pakistan. That's right. Yes, and I'm addressing that. So there is evaluation, then there is sim funded, and then there is live funded. So you can go from evaluation to sim funded. Sim funded, you can take payouts on, and in this case that we're talking about, the Funded Seed Ultra accounts, you can take up to $200,000 in payouts to you without being in a live environment. 200,000, 80% of that is $160,000. Let me know if you have any more questions about that. TPT just approved my $8.9 thousand payout. Let's go. KK says Funded Seat have fixed drawdown. Yeah, there's no intraday trailing drawdown. It's there's a end of day drawdown. End of day drawdown. The morning memo just went live. If you want to check out the morning memo, I was talking about it earlier. Matter Remember, the morning memo is always free, baby. Always free. Market is still rolling over here. I can't wait for this data to come out because then we'll see how much this affects the push and pull of the market right now. As you can see, we are just dancing around these zones of liquidity right now. Currently showing 757 spot 75 as the midpoint of liquidity in the profile. Daniel Murray says, just grab one step daily ultra funded seat code RIPS. Let's go. Funded seat new company. They have been in operation. I believe their year birthday is coming up. They've never had a payout denial once. So they get my stamp of approval. I would also ask, have you ever been moved to live before on any props? Because so many people worry about moving to live without even getting a single payout, let alone move to live. No, he has a valid concern. The guy from Pakistan has a valid concern because if he has already been moved to live on funded seat, then he can't use them anymore. But he has not been moved to live, so he's all good. He just had a misunderstanding about sim funded versus live funded. He's thinking like that he's never going to get a payout, like he's just going to stay in the paper trading non-payout environment. Why would going live change anything trading wise? I don't know. People are weird. I personally, like, think about it. When you have a TPT Pro account, you get paid 80%. When you have a TPT Pro Plus account, you get paid 90%. I don't understand. I think you can't. Can you explain a little bit if I buy funded seat ultra account? Okay, so here we go. Step one, you're going to buy your funded seat ultra account. You're going to pass that account, right? When you pass that account, there's two different ways that it goes. Step one is that you end up as a funded seat ultra funded account, but it is not live. You still get paid. You pass it, it is now a funded account. It is not a live account, it is a funded account. You can take payouts on that account up to $100,000 per account at an 80% profit split, which is $80,000. Follow me here, Murray. Or Muradali? Follow me, Muradali. Follow me in the conversation. We can do this. Walk beside me, hold my hand, we got this. Trust me. So you get your evaluation account on Funded Seat Ultra. You pass the Funded Seat Ultra evaluation account. And now you go into stage two, which is your funded account. Funded account. Once you are in that funded account, you can take payouts, but it is not a live account. They will only move you to a live account, which is banned in Pakistan, once you make $100,000. So there's 3 steps to this. You cannot achieve step 3, but you can get paid out in step 2. Did you follow me, Murrah? Did you follow me? Did you hold my hand? Did you follow me in the conversation? I hope we got it this time. If you have any more questions, ask me. I'm here for you. Do you know the criteria to go Pro Plus with TPT? It is if you make $10,000 in a single day in your Pro account. But yeah, there's always the thing that I don't understand. By the way, 10 seconds till the data comes out. Aren't live and sim different in fills? Yeah, sure. But if you're abusing the sim environment, they're just going to ban you. So your strategy should not be abusive of the sim environment. All right, the data is out. The big swath of data. Housing starts at 1.239 million versus 1.345. Import price index at negative 0.4 versus a positive 0.1. Year over year, it is coming in much lower at 5.9% versus 6.7%, which is weird to see. Inflation solved? They changed that rule. What is the new rule, NC? Not always a pass evals twice without taking a payout. They got moved straight through live. Interesting. No, but on passing, when I go to pass on step 1, so I got payout on achieving first threshold, as you said last weekend when there is discount going. So again, When you pass your account, oh boy. All right. We'll try it again. Thinking, how do we make this so crystal clear? How do we make this so crystal clear? How do we make this so crystal clear? US 30 Scalper says, I don't like these futures firms with trailing drawdown. One bad day and you have solo room left, which makes me blow a lot of accounts. What do you think of this? Again, you're getting an enormous amount of leverage versus what you would have to put into a cash account. You're getting a unfathomable, enormous amount of leverage. If anything changes, those firms wouldn't last. I don't know, Mur, I really truly do want to help you, but it might be a language barrier or a disconnect. But I'm trying. I'm trying very, very hard here. I feel you. I hate trailing drawdowns and DLLs. Yeah, I mean, again, guys, all of these rules are in place. All of these rules are in place because they're difficult. And the difficulty is what allows these prop firms to survive. That is just a fact. We all know the game that we're playing here when we're trading on prop firms. We're playing a game within a game. The game of trading is already hard enough, right? We already have a very difficult game to play in the game of trading. Prop firms add another layer of complexity. However, the trade-off for you interacting with that level of complexity comes in the way that you have to pay this much to get an account that is this much, right? You're being able to pay a couple $100 for the equivalent of depositing maybe $3,000 to $5,000 in a brokerage account, right? That is your trade-off as being a prop firm trader. And I'm saying this, you know, with love in my heart, but this is far better than blowing your own $3,000 to $5,000 in a cash account. Because I promise you, because I've seen it throughout my years of mentoring people, when I did not used to trade props, when I didn't have people in my groups trading props, I promise you that I would see people having, you know, put $5,000 in a brokerage account, trade options for a week, make $10,000 in a week. Now their account's at $15,000. And then in one single day, it's gone. It's gone. So prop firms, the trade-off is that you have a rule set on top of the already difficult game of trading. But the trade-off for that is that you are getting funded and you have the opportunity to take payouts for pennies on the dollar. So if you do blow that opportunity, it's costing you hundreds of dollars versus all of your money. And there's a huge difference there. So yes, prop firms will be difficult. There's going to be annoyances along the way, whether it's a trailing drawdown or this or that. But don't act shocked about the game that you're playing because you're getting financed for pennies on the dollar. Truly. Truly. Know the rules of the firm that you're trading before you send them money, right? Know the rules of the firm. We're going to eventually have Nigel on the stream here as an interview. But he took over $1 million in payouts from props last year alone, just last year. And I know Nigel from before prop firm trading. And he was in one of my trading groups when I was trading equities. And he comes from a background of being a real money trader, much like myself. He transitioned over to props. Why? Because of the insane amount of leverage that they have. The insane amount of leverage that these prop firms give you, the low cost of entry. So if a real money trader, somebody who's coming from a real money trading background, is choosing to trade on props, there must be some benefit there. Props benefit from people not knowing the rules or rushing through accounts, or people who generally just can't trade. No problem, man. I got this. I'll figure something out. I mean, there's nothing to figure out, my friend. You pass a test, you get a funded account. Trade on that funded account, follow the rules, take payouts. That's it. It's not, I think you're looking for a much more convoluted and complicated answer, but it's not. I will have Nigel on the show eventually. There's been so many requests for everybody to meet Nigel, but I will have him on the show eventually. But he comes from a real money trading background. Chaos Trader says, it is not simple. What part? What part is not simple? Nigel, older cat or younger? Nigel is in their 20s, I believe. You have the patience of Job. That's funny. I just want to be helpful. I understand that, I would like to be the first person that you interact with in trying to learn prop firms that you come across that actually helps you out. I don't want to throw you to the wolves and say, figure it out. I want to be helpful. Trading is not simple, but the rules are. Sure. Chaos Trader says, too many rules to follow. Have blown loads with props and back to my own account. Hey, everybody has their own flavor of ice cream which they enjoy. Myself, I like, mint chocolate chip. That's a good one. There's some people out there that take a spoonful of mint chocolate chip. Not a big fan, Some people like peanut butter ice cream. Some people like other flavors. I don't know. Everybody's different. Some people enjoy trading on prop firms. Some people do not. Look at that. Tap, tap, huh? Knock, knock. Who's there? It's Ripsy with the key levels. My God. Do you guys like that I put these on the chart? Is this helpful that we can actually see the levels that I give out on Instagram on the chart in real time? Is that helpful? Ribs, you've talked about how you quit drinking, and what did you do that helped you quit for good? Are you trying to quit drinking? I just wanted to stop. I think in anything in life, if you want to stop doing it, whether it's smoking, drinking, gambling, what are some other vices? Banging Carlos's mom on a Tuesday. Oh, that's today. Ah, shoot, I gotta be there soon. Whatever it is, whatever your vices are that you want to curtail. I come from the school of thought that there's only really one way, as long as you're not inducing some type of drug-fueled psychosis or something, or maybe hypnotism, but there's really only one way to stop any of your vices, and it has to come from here. You have to want to stop it, right? You have to want to stop it. Apart from all that, what prop firm you suggest me best to trade as I'm from Pakistan? Ready for this one? Ready? Funded seat. Same answer. Funded seat. 29,685, was that a level that was posted? Because I don't see it. That might have been one that was for the other group that we kept you out of. Yeah, so in all reality, if you want to quit something like drinking, it has to be something that you want to stop. When I stopped drinking, I truly was over it. I partied so much that I was over it. I drank professionally for years. I was like a professional partier, man. And I got over it. I didn't enjoy it anymore. I was over it, baby. I was over it. Dun, 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 dun. Let me see if I can find this for you guys. You guys that are yapping. August 14th, 2026. Hey there, 685. How about that? Incredible. How about that? Ribs, what are you looking for the day? Longs, shorts, a little bet analysis? It depends. I'm probably going to be too sidetracked while I'm interviewing James Sixsmith, the CEO of TPT. Here, tell you what. Here. We'll just take it off. There we go. Hey, problem solved. There you go. Problem solved. Now we are all on the same page. We're all on the same page, right? Problem solved. There we go. We could all bitch about it, but let's just take it off. Now we don't have to hear about it from somebody new coming in. Hey, where's that level from? Where's the level from? Ah! That's what I hear in my head. Or we could just use it. Muradali says, but thank you though. I learned from you. I watch your YouTube videos about pitch and catch, so thank you, man. Hey. Tell you what I miss, Bookmap. No, dude, we bring on Bookmap and then there's a whole swath of complainers, new complainers that come in here. This was, by the way, the best pitch and catch. What time was that at? How did we miss that, man? Jeez. That was the best one. Oh, it's because I started the show late. That's what it was. Damn it. I knew there was something. That was the best PNC of the whole freaking morning right there. My God. Rips, I started trading on Thinkorswim, trading options on a live account, lost a lot of money. I gave it trading for a couple of years because it was psychologically devastating. When I learned about prop firms, I started trading again. It is an amazing opportunity. The rules are not that difficult. It provides limited and defined risk. It's crazy that prop firms even exist. Thank you for being to help us improve. See, I feel the exact same way as you, but it's fine. People don't know. People who have never been a real money trader don't know about it. And again, there's a bucket of people who came from the real money environment, go to props, and they're like, I don't like this. I'm going to trade my real money. There's people who come from the real money trading environment, try props. They're like, this leverage is insane. Everybody's different. Again, it goes back to it's whatever your favorite flavor of ice cream is. Some people like to trade on props. Some people do not. I think if we're talking about newer traders should always be trading on props because it's like trading a paper account, but there's risk involved. I mean, dude, if you told me about this way back when I first started, I'd be all over it. Rules are rules. We have to follow the rules in order to get paid. But I mean, dude, there's a lot of argument too that some of these rules will make you a better trader. Channel points gamble. Sure, let's do it. Why not? Let's do it. What's up, Ezra? Good morning. Ezra, didn't you take a payout yesterday? Was that you? Forget who I was talking to. Somebody took a payout yesterday. I was like, yo, let's do this. This is going to be the one. All right, 1 minute for this channel points gamble. Here you go. Ginger Wildcat says, Rips, I saw something that works nearly the exact opposite of pitch and catch, where a candle quickly stretches across a large point of control or bell-shaped in the volume profile. How does that work? I mean, I wouldn't know from that sentence how it works. You probably have to show it. Jeremy says, Rips, I've watched your videos on PNC. I still don't understand. Can you break it down? Super simple. How do you recognize it? What is your entry, stop, and target? Yesterday's stream goes through that, and I'm going to have the team creating more and more videos about the PNC. So we can talk about that too. Migs, $2. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, pal. Props teach you how to slow down and focus on strategy. It is true. We can talk about it for this since we don't have James coming on for another 15 minutes. But here is the primer right here, right? It ends up being one of our key levels. People ask me, how do you use the key levels? There's a lot of different ways to use them, but the question was for the pitch and catch right now, right? Pitch and catch. We came live right here, so, or a little bit after, so the pitch and catch was already happening. So this is on the 1 minute time frame, right? 1 minute time frame. We can use this as the primer because we're already using that as a level, and the true primer is the top of this wick on the 1 minute. As we approach that, we're looking for sellers to take control, right? After a channel to the upside. right? In the 1 minute, you're going to find multiple PNCs, but let's take the obvious one, which is using this section of price as your primer. So you're hoping to get in somewhere there. Stops are above that high. You would be targeting to the low side of this for TP1, TP2, TP3, and TP4. So TP1 is going to be a 1.4. TP2 is going to be over 2 to 1. TP3, 2 to 5. TP4, TP3, 3.2 to 1. And then TP4 is over a 4 to 1. So stops up yonder. The second PNC would be using this as a primer. Again, these are all in the 1 minute. And taking this trade from here, you can do stops above this wick, targeting this low. That's a 1.5 to 1. Targeting this low would be a 2 to 1. So it continually sets up depending on the time frame that you're using. Again, if you go to the 5 minute, it's a completely different setup. Being this is your primer, this is your entry. So hopefully that answers your question. Jeremy, hopefully that answers your question. All right, what did I miss? Good morning, Rose. For Funded Seat, which trading platform do you recommend? TradeC. Personally, I like TradeC. If you select Rhythmic during checkout, you can do TradeC. SEA, TradeC. Ribs, finally decided to get Bookmap for myself. I know you say it all the time, but what is your code? MC20 or RIPS? I mean, usually code RIPS it works every time. If code RIPS is not working, let me know and I'll email them. Sometimes they mess up with that, but MC20, MC20. What time did you start your volume profile? It's whatever is in the viewport. So if I wheel it back, it's going to exchange or change the based on the viewport. Go to 15 minutes. It's going to change based on what's in the viewport. Always whatever's in the viewport. So we'll go back to a lower time frame and you'll see it change immediately. Right now, we are holding exactly at our level. This is why I always stress, go into the Instagram group, grab the free levels for yourself, add them to your chart. Is that TradeC on your screen? Ready? It's about to be. Hold your breath. Bam, there's TradeC on my screen right now. And there it is. All right, back to TradingView. Rips, how do you feel about taxes in Cali and New York? What percent do you pay quarterly? I don't live in New York and I do not live in California. I don't know how we got that twisted. I used to live in California. California taxes are what got me to move the heck out of that state, amongst other things. What gives you the confidence to enter on the pullback when price can run through it? Using stops. Using stops. Brandon, yeah, we talked about this yesterday. He says, I used to live in Summerlin. Where do you live now? So we are perfectly balancing at that level right now. We do have about 10 minutes until James comes on the show here. Excited for, this is gonna be the first time I'm seeing James face to face. So I'm excited to meet him. Hopefully there's not too many technical difficulties. Where's the Insta group? Go to Instagram.com/RipsTrades and tap the button in my profile that says Rips Nation. It's free. It's on Instagram. And this is kind of like, guys, this is what I say when I talk about these levels. This is not something that's, this is like, oh my God, finally it happened. You can ask people in chat. If you use the levels in chat, how often do you see this exact type of shit happening when you put the levels on your chart? Is it pretty much every single time? Like, this is why, and by the way, it literally is free. I try to give you guys the best alpha for free. For free. It happens all the time. When you put on these levels, it's like, you're like, wait, what? How? What? Every single day, they're free. Yo, bro, can you tell me which order book or heat map or whatever you're using on your streams and videos? What is the name so I can look into it? Book map. There you go. It'll pop in a link for you. Who knows if the TPT sales allows you to pass in 1 day or it's 3 days to pass. That is their biggest change. It's 3 days to pass, baby. Nine scammers on Telegram. Let's pick one. I'm not on Telegram. I'm not on Telegram. Gomes Film says, is that NQ you trading? Yes, NQ, baby. It is NQ all the way, baby. NQ. Trying to get this to line up. There we go. That's beautiful. Rose, will you ever stop giving us your levels? No. Nope. Not me. Overs win? I think so, baby. Overs are going to take this one all the way home. Let's do one more here. Let's do this. I'm going to do a very, very quick one. So you have to get your channel point gambles in here early. Very quick one. There you go. Is South Africa allowed to use TPT? Let me check on their website for you. Let me log in here. Good old 2FA every freaking 5 seconds. Okay. Okay, let me go to their FAQ knowledge base here. Let me search restricted countries. South Africa. No, you cannot. They are restricted. Pakistan also restricted. Just so you know. Level was a cheat code for that gamble. You're telling me, baby. You are certainly telling me. Does TPT have a Discord channel or is just me that cannot find that? Let me see. Go to their knowledge base again here. Let me type in the word Discord. Nothing pops up. Yeah, there is no TPT Discord. Hey, Ribs, why do you think Dow Jones is trending opposite direction with the other indices lately? Rotation in sectors. If there's a lot of large funds that are rotating out of the AI sector to do more industrials, then that is what you're seeing. How are the levels determined? It is proprietary. It's something that will never be discussed, unfortunately. 792 Fat says, I have the RIPS key levels and we are bouncing off the 4-hour low level. Would be still looking for a PNC for shorts after bouncing from the level. Does that bounce kind of cancel out the short looks? It depends on the primer, the overhead supply, the reaction. How do we get the levels? You join the Instagram group, which is entirely for free. If anybody is ever saying, hi, I'm Rips and I'm going to charge you for something, it is not me. I don't charge for anything. Does TPT allow you to use a Chicago-based VPS? If you are from a country that is restricted and you're trying to skirt your way around that, you will be in big trouble. Nikki Trade says, you know what? Maybe it's time for you to do a guide on Googling and then using an FAQ. I don't think so, my friend. This is my purpose as a streamer. I need an FAQ for my FAQs, huh? What makes a valid primer? Look left. It should be the highest extension or lowest extension in the last excursion of price. What about gold? Why don't you trade gold, bro? Go watch my December 29th stream where I trade 100 contracts of gold while simultaneously trading 100 contracts of silver. Yes, in the minis, not in the micros. Which brings me up to your follow-up question. Why don't you trade gold, bro? I do, bro. I like the video about your videos. That was so funny. I'm gonna make an Insta about my. I'm gonna make an Instagram. No, you know what? I'm gonna make a TikTok about my Instagram reel that talks about my videos that talk about my videos, and then I'm gonna make a MySpace post about my TikTok post that talks about my Instagram reels that talk about my videos that talk about why I don't have videos about my videos. And then I'm gonna have Exhibit pop up at the end. And he's gonna say, I heard you like videos. That's what I'm gonna do. So we are in a holding pattern right now, waiting for James Sixsmith, the CEO of Take Profit Trader. He's gonna be on here live. Let me see if I can go ahead and get this in here. Do 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 do. Let me see. There he is. Let me see if I can have James. Are you? Can you hear me, James? I don't think James can hear me. Hold on one second. James, can you hear me, James? Let's see. Hold on one second. James, can you hear me? Let me see. Let me see. Because I can see him. Wait, I think he can. Yep. Hold on. Hold on. Can you hear me? Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Let me try to chat to him here. I don't think he can hear me. Let me just figure this out here. Push the red button. Oh boy. Okay, great. You can hear me. Hold on. Can you guys hear James? Can everybody hear James? Let me turn down the music here. Go ahead and say something, James. Talk to the people here. No? No, no. Okay, hold on. One second. One second. One second. We'll get this. All right. Get the... Okay. Should be able to hear you now on stream here.
Test, test, test.
Okay. We got him. We got him. Welcome, James.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show. It's so great to have you with us.
I was just here I thought I was here by myself, so I was like, I don't see anybody or anything, so...
I'm a floating head in the sky right now. If you go to kick.com/rips, you will be able to see me with a delay. But listen, thank you so much for coming on our show. I always am talking about TPT on my show, and I really do appreciate you creating such an amazing product for the trading community out here. Let's give a big round of applause here to James. Welcome, welcome, James. On your feet, people. Give him a round of applause. There we go. James, for those people that don't know, give us a little... background on yourself, where you came from, what brought you into the trading space initially.
Yeah, sorry for if I always preface this like spiel with, you know, I know this industry is pretty tight, and you probably heard my story before, some of your audience probably, so I apologize if I'm a broken record. but I started Rips when back in 2010. I think most know that I call my past life. I was a professional hockey player, and I was gonna, nobody could tell me I wasn't gonna play in the NHL for 20 years. And in 2010 was my kind of oh fuck moment, if you will, because I had gotten shipped off to Europe, the European leagues, to make some money, and then it kind of hit me that I wasn't going to play in the NHL for 20 years. So I figured I got to figure out something to do when I'm done with this, because frankly, like, I didn't know if I was going to be, I was on a 1-year deal in Germany in 2010, and I was like, for all I knew, my career was going to be over shortly. I ended up staying in Europe for 11 years. So it gave me quite a bit of runway, but I was always kind of dealing with that urgency of shit. What am I going to do next? So I kind of turned to trading. And the reason was really because of the time zone. I was, 6 hours ahead. And when I would get home from practice in the morning, we'd practice, you'd be at the rink at, 8:39, be home by, noon, 12:30. Most days. So that's 6:30 a.m. Eastern time. And so I had the whole New York session ahead of me. And that's really when I started to cut my teeth in futures. First of all, because I had some money. I was making good money playing hockey, but I didn't have, millions of dollars to throw into a brokerage account and trade like the traditional way. So I needed the leverage. I didn't really want to go the FX route. So I decided to go, CME exchange traded, because I felt like I couldn't get screwed like that. But that was before the micro rip. So I was getting my ass handed to me. I traded, cut my teeth on the ES, and that's really still what I trade to this day. But it was, those lessons were expensive, a lot more expensive than they are now. Whether you're trading your own prop account, whether you're trading your own account or you're trading a prop account, like the tuition that you paid to the market when you were learning was a lot steeper than it is today. Even if you blow, 10 prop accounts and you end up spending $2,000, like if you totaled up the amount of money that you would have lost if you would have been trading in the live market, usually it's many, many multiples of that. And that's kind of, that's how I got burned, learned the hard way. So I really turned the corner when I had a guy that I played with that kind of fronted me some money. It was like kind of like a prop deal, if you will, but not with the firm. That's really when I turned the corner. And then I was like, man, I should teach other athletes how to do this, because we all know that athletes get out of the game and they have nothing to do. They've done one thing their whole life and they're financially illiterate. And so I started teaching some of the guys I was playing, and I was getting them funding through prop firms. But I felt that the prop firms didn't do it right. When I say right, like I just felt like I could have done it. I could do it better.
Who was around at that time?
That was like the days of, Top Step, One Up. Those were like the OGs, I think. And that was Rips. I think to your audience, it's kind of new since this industry's really, ballooned. There were like, 20-day evals, like, terrible rules. Like it took forever to get paid. They
used to have the famously, it was the 2 and 3 step evals.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying is it wasn't like it was, 20 days and then a second step, or like 15 days and then a second step and then a third step. And then you could only do this, and then you had to scale. And then once you did make money, you couldn't get paid. So what happened was, as the industry really like matured, what happened was the competition became fierce, and it got a lot better for the trader. And TPT was one of the, we came in and we were building in 2019, 2020. We didn't come online until 2021, but we were really building a better product than was out there before. But those companies that were around before us started like iterating and making their products better. And then new people came in and started making their products better, and everybody's trying to cut each other's legs off. And then where you at now where we're at now in the industry is, it's incredible, almost too good for the trader in some places. That's why some of these shops are going out of business. Where a couple of days to pass, it's day one payouts and daily payouts. You see a lot more people doing that. You see just a lot more competition for the market share. And again, ultimately, Rips, that's good for the trader. Yeah, that's really my whole journey into this, and it's been long and winding, like most things, but we're continuing to move forward and push the envelope, just like this 5 to 3 day thing that we released the other day.
Yeah, I really want to touch on that, because on my show, one of the things that the community really likes about the RIPS Nation as a whole, not just me, but everybody who's involved, is that we have a really good bullshit detector. We like to look at props subjectively. We don't really try to play favorites. And obviously, one of the biggest gripes, I've had 2 gripes with TPT. One of the biggest gripes was always 5 days to pass seemed like an eternity as a trader. Me being a scalper, of course, I'm looking for instant resolution. So when you have 5 days to pass something, that is, generally speaking, a pretty long journey, especially when you have these accounts that are 1 day to pass and so on. So seeing you guys go from 5 days to 3 days completely caught myself and the rest of the RIPS Nation off guard. What did you see that made you make that change? Was it comparing to the other plans in the industry? What was it that was the biggest driver? Did you guys look at your math and say, hey, this is actually sustainable? What was it?
Yeah, it's a good question, Rips. I mean, and that's really how we look at things at TPT and why we're not first. Because I think it's a combination of the things you mentioned. First one being, what does it look like out in the industry? When we went to 5, which was years ago, from 10, like, it was competitive. Now 5's not really competitive anymore. So we go, okay, if 5 used to be competitive, it's not competitive anymore, and we're really lagging behind there. Could we go to 3? Could we go to 2? So first of all, why did we not go to 2? We didn't go to 2 because we've always liked to be, you mentioned it yourself, like, people can know when they're getting bullshitted, right? Like, people see right through it. And I'm not going to insult somebody's intelligence saying it's 2 days to pass, but like, the chances of you passing in 2 days with the 50% consistency rule, even with like I know the other firms have like a small buffer. It's just not how we do business at TPT. I don't want to make somebody say, okay, you got to make $4,512.50 both days and take the same amount of trades to be able to pass in 2 days. So we just said, we're just going to move it to 3 days, keep the 50% consistency rule, even though, on paper we're 3 days and other firms are 2 days, right? Like, so we're, again, quote unquote, behind the competition. Now, one thing is that we don't just blindly chase the competition either. But in the data we saw that the majority of the people I don't want to say dislike, because that's not a right word, because I'm always telling people slow down, but they don't slow down anyway. So telling them
it's like telling, Superman, stop flying. These people will just not listen.
Yeah, slow down. But what I mean by that is they were essentially passing in 2 days anyway. They're just making $4,500 day one. Let's assume $150K, $4,500 day one, $4,500 day 2, and then just limping over the finish line for 3 days. So the only thing that it's not materially changing a whole lot, except it allows, the trader not to wait around for 3 days to just mindlessly take a trade and then take it off. So our data showed us that that's what people were doing anyway. So it's like, okay, we're fighting. We have a product that's not as competitive because it's 5 days, but the people are passing in 2 days anyway. So why don't we just move it to, to 3 days? And so that's what we did, Rips. We looked at a lot of data. We looked at, the competition. We looked at how we could be better, and we made the call.
Yeah, I love that. And so far, the response, at least from my community, the RIPS Nation, has been really, really strong. As I said earlier, it was one of the biggest things that I was always griping about. And it wasn't so much as, the firm is bad or I don't want to trade on. It was just the frustration point. And, when you have other offerings out there that were shifting gears from going to, from 10 days to 5 days, you guys were matching that. One thing that I really like about TPT is that you guys take the approach of letting the industry go into a state of flux before you guys jump in. And there's value in not being the first one in the door to make a rule change, to make a setup change, to remove things, to add things. Can you comment on that a little bit as far as what your business strategy is? And I have noticed that you guys have a very keen approach where you're never the first ones in, but you're always waiting for the industry response.
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, I'm probably the wrong one to ask that question to, because I'm always pushing to go faster. But my team rightfully pulls me back and says, you know, and it's really helped us. So I'm saying that from a humble place, that, you know, I'm glad the team pulls me back, because there are some times when, you know, we've seen firms make decisions and then have to walk them back. And we at this point, we haven't had to do that yet. I'm not saying, you know, never say never, but, you know, we don't want to be that firm, right? So the people that go first, they have a first mover's advantage. We like to, you know, see how the industry takes it. If the industry really loves it, and we have, you know, market intel that says, hey, you know, people are really loving this over here at, I don't know, Top Step or Tradeify, Lucid, whatever, Bullet Ops, we should look into that. Then we go to the data and look and see, hey, could we make this work, or some form of this, right? And the challenging part about that, Rips, is that everybody has like different rules, right? And are exposed in different places. And TPT is not for everybody, but TPT pays day one. So we have the most liability up front, whereas other firms can kick the can down the road on paying people out. So it's like, it's more of that's how much we can get in the front door now and delay our obligations till later. I actually prefer to have our obligations up front, because it allows us to kind of have a quicker idea of something's working or not, instead of, you know, saying, shit, I have, you know, these people have 6 payout windows and I'm going to owe this, this, and this, and this, you know, 90 days from now. Instead, like, TPT kind of knows what we owe right now. And that's a good thing. But that's what makes it challenging, though, is that our payout structure makes us have to evaluate different rule changes and different, you know, industry trends a little bit different than everybody else.
Yeah, I will say the new wallet system that you folks introduced this year, I believe that was in 2026 or late 2025. The new wallet system was super clutch. And the way that functions is the ease of use of the product is amazing. How fast the payouts hit your, you know, I use ACH for payouts, so that's like super fast. All of that is such a big welcoming change that, you know, we see fast payouts in other firms, but the wallet system is not something that I've seen. And I already see other firms that are talking about copying that. What was the genesis of the walleting system, and how did that come about?
Well, the wallet's been there almost from day one. So it's not new. What you're referencing,
the faster payouts.
What you're referencing is the manual touch that used to happen. See, we look at TPT and like, it's kind of like it was 3 phases, like the withdrawal from your trading account to the wallet, and then the wallet so that you had the ability to send it kind of wherever you wanted, whether you wanted to use Plaid. There's some new international options coming out here in the next couple of weeks. And I mean, they're domestic options too, but where you can kind of send the money wherever you want. If you want to send it instantly to your bank account, if you want to use it to pay for, you know, you wanted to reset or something like that. So that's always been there, but just removing anything manual, like any business wants to automate as much as possible at scale, because what was happening was we were relying on, you know, systems and then people after that to manually approve things. And what it was causing was delays in people and us being able to do what we said we were going to do. And that's like a day one and daily payouts. Now, if you requested a payout from your trading account to your wallet, and then from your wallet to your bank account, and there had to be a manual approval, you know, along the way, it was just causing delays. And then we couldn't do what we said we were going to do. And TPT always wants to do what we say we're going to do. And that's, hey, if you make it, take it. And you should be able to, by the end of the trading session, we get the report, we audit the report, make sure that it's correct. And then you have the ability to just withdraw it without a human having to go in there and just click a bunch of buttons, because we know people get sick and things happen across the world. And Even if we have a team in Asia, a team in Europe, a team in the Americas, it still takes a lot longer than if you can automate that process. And so we push to do that, and it seems to be working fine.
Right. We're getting some questions coming in from the audience right now. What is the criteria moving from a pro account to a pro plus account? From my understanding, it was if you made $10,000 in a day, but some folks are not immediately moving. What is the criteria? Is there some sort of manual review process? And can you touch a little bit on how your live program differentiates from other live programs?
Sure. So first thing about our live program is I believe that we're the only one in the industry that allows, we wanted to have the ability to smoothly move from one to the other and not have anything change. So when we have 5 accounts in live, because there were 5 accounts allowed in pro, and I didn't want this to be seen as somebody's going from test or eval, whatever you want to call it, to pro, and then to pro plus, and it was being seen, because you see this in the industry sometimes. People are like, well, I have 5 XFAs or whatever people call them. I don't even know anymore. And then I moved to live, and then I can only trade one at a time. And it's viewed as like a slowing down mechanism, which I think every trader probably should slow down, as you've already heard me say, and probably trade one, even if they got 5 through, because you don't need that much leverage. But, we believe that that's the trader's decision. They've earned that account. They can trade that account if they want. I would recommend, again, that they don't all at the same time, but who am I to say? So that's the first part, is the differentiation of Pro Plus. And why does that matter for criteria for how to move somebody from, simulation into live and how quickly? It used to be a blanket 10K RIPS, but what happened was a lot of traders didn't want to go to live, right? So we were like, okay, if your account's up 10K, if you make 10K in a day, you automatically move to live. What we saw were traders going to like 9,600, 9,700, and like trying to be cute to stay in sim.
Trying to bend the rules. Prop firm traders' best thing to do.
Yeah, exactly. So it was becoming, and you'll hear me say this a lot today probably, it's like this mentality of like, TPT exists to find the best retail traders, like futures traders in the world. That's why we exist, right? We want this to be a partnership where it's the two of us taking on the market, right? Not how much can I rinse TPT and how much can I pay TPT and how much can I take from TPT? Like, this mentality's got to get out of the prop game. Right?
Yeah, to comment on that a little bit, us as humans naturally try to seek game theory, as you know. So when you're presented with, a game that is props, our human minds tend to try to generate what is the best way to extract revenue from that position. So I can see why people do it, and I can also understand the ongoing headache that causes to prop firm owners and just prop firms in general, because it is a big problem to solve. It is always something that we're going to have to look at to solve, because no matter what, there's either going to be bad actors or simply game theorists who are always trying to find a way to extract the most value from it. But I do hear that a lot from some prop firms, not all, where, like you're saying, the prop truly wants to have a partnership with its traders, because long term, that does make you guys a lot of money from the good traders, the traders that you're getting the 10% VIG from. Those are the traders that are going to be putting more money in your pocket long-term versus traders who are churning and burning.
That's right. That's exactly right. And so, I mean, it's a good point about, people trying to extract, game theorists or even bad actors, but like really the bad actors, they make up such a small percentage and a big headache, but a small percentage of the population. So it's not most people. So when we're speaking of that, though, this goes right into the criteria of moving somebody to live. But what we found is we have like 130 vectors. It's like an AI, what's called like a behavioral model that will help us figure out who deserves to go live and who should probably stay in sim. And there are a lot of things that go into a RIPS, things that people don't typically think of. If RIPS, it's trying to figure out what makes you successful, right? So if you're a really successful scalper, and when you're doing well, I always go to this because it's the easiest one. Like when you're doing well, you trade from 9:30 to 10:30, and in between trades, you usually you'll see in the scorecard column that's very important, TSB, time standing by. So when you take a trade and you win, how long do you stand by before you take the next trade? When you lose, how long do you stand by before you take the next trade? How much heat do you take when you're trading well? How much heat do you take when you're trading poorly, right? So because a guy, for instance, that has a $4,500 drawdown and it's constantly drawing down like $3,000, $3,500, $4,000 to make $100 is way different than a guy that barely draws down at all, but makes, $50, right? So I'd prefer the latter versus the former, because, you're just taking so much heat. And that's ultimately not a good thing in the end, right? So I'm looking at traders is what's their expectancy? Okay. How does their sorry, my thing's blowing up a little bit here, but what is the trader's expectancy, and is that translatable to the live market? And that's another piece of it. Is the AI model can tell me this trader is successful right now in simulation, but from the data set that we have, this kind of strategy does not translate very well to the live market. So, as the model has gotten better, you have seen us let some traders go because they're trading, again, back to game theory and back to extracting value, just doing some things in simulation that just, you'd have to have infrastructure like Citadel or Virtu or somebody like that, to Jane Street, to compete with these guys in the live market. And it's just, it's not a winning, proposition for you, the trader, or for us at TPT to try to, for instance, micro scalp the open because it worked in simulation.
Right. And that's one of the biggest things that kind of comes up on my stream, is the big difference between sim funded and a live funded environment. And I always stress that if your strategy is extracting money from the sim funded environment and you're doing some cute shit, that's not real. And that's not something that you should be wasting your time on, because if prop firms ever went away and you were forced to trade in a live account for the rest of your days, you're not going to have any sort of edge, and focusing on that is a complete waste of time, at least from my opinion. And I'm sure you agree on that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just a short term. It's a short term grab is essentially what it is. But it's funny though, Rips, the people that do those, that have that kind of behavior are the ones that get really mad when we let them go.
On social media too. They're the most loud ones, the most loud critics.
Yeah. But what that's kind of, it's counterintuitive, because if it works so well in the live market, then we're always like, well, you should just go trade. That's awesome. Like, we didn't say you broke a rule. We just said it doesn't fit for our live capital. You're welcome to open up a brokerage account and trade it on your own. And it's not, but they don't want to do that because they know from, us sending them to live that strategy hasn't worked and it's not likely to work moving forward. So that's another thing, Rips, that we look at, is we call it divergent performance. If I pull up a scorecard for a user and that user has an expectancy in evaluation of, let's say his expectancy is $100. That means that every trade he's likely to make $100 over a series of trades. Maybe not the next trade, but over a series of trades, he's made $100. So if he's taken 2,000 trades in his life at TPT and his expectancy is $100, that's pretty damn good. That's really good, because it's telling me that's a big sample size and you have an edge. And then I go over and I take away his eval accounts and I take away his pro accounts and I look, okay, how has this guy done in Pro Plus? And his his expectancy goes to minus $200. That's the model sees that, right? The model's like, this guy's got an edge in sim, but he doesn't have an edge in live. So now I'll just ask you, and this isn't a rhetorical question, or maybe it is, but as a prop firm owner and a guy that's able to, have a positive expectancy in sim and a negative expectancy in pro plus, so in live, where do I put them?
Yeah, I mean, that's a very difficult question to answer. Me coming from the business background that I have, being an entrepreneur, I'm going to side with you where it says, I want longevity for the prop because I want to be able to continue my offerings for the people who are legitimate traders out there that are not trying to game the props and give them a good offering, right? That's where I would default to. It's a tough place because you're going to have those critics be extremely loud where they're like, I was a profitable trader. Why are you cutting me off? And the simple answer is that, well, you're doing something that is either exploiting or only fashionable in the sim environment, and it doesn't translate to a live account. And that's what our whole goal is here, is to push people to a live account, and it's not sustainable. So that's where I would default to, and I'm going to end up on the same side as you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, no, finish.
I was going to say we do have some rapid fire questions from the audience, but go ahead and finish your thought and we'll go there.
I was just going to say, I had a guy yesterday that we let go for that same reason. And his response to me, and the team sent it to me, and it was almost laughable. He said, tell James to check my tax form from last year with all the money that I made. And was it 1099B or was it prop firm tax forms? No, it was from us. Our tax form that we sent him because we paid him a lot of money. And my response to that was, do you want me to send you the brokerage statements from your Pro Plus accounts, right? So this isn't, again, I think that the mindset should shift to, I understand that I made a lot of money, but did the firm lose money on me because I wasn't able to translate that into the live market, right? And I think that that's what we're talking about here, because I get in this place where we're looking for a partnership here, and it's an incredible 90-10 split. We eat 100% of the losses, so it needs to work for both of us. And if just because a trader takes over the course of a year, $100,000 and they get a 1099 for $100,000, that doesn't tell me anything.
Right.
That same trader could have lost $400,000, which in this case he did in the live market. And it's wow, that's pretty unaware to send an email like that.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, and again, I come from a background of being an entrepreneur, so I get it. Great question here coming from one of our top members. He says, as an industry, how do we educate people into live traders?
I guess it's a great question. I mean, I would say it's best practices. As a retail group, I will say with all of the billion sides traded, since September, I think 6.5 billion sides traded we have. So I've got a lot of data. And what we've seen is anything on a short time frame, you need infrastructure. You need incredible latency to beat those guys at that game. The market makers, the Citadels, Jane Streets, Virtus of the world. You always hear me say, guys, size down and move further away from the market, move further away from the market, move further away from the market. And I know that RIPS, you don't trade like that. You trade, you're a scalper. Some people can do it. I think that, I think from the data that I've seen and my personal experiences as a trader, I think it's a lot harder. It takes a lot more skill to do that. And I'm just not smart enough or skilled enough to compete on those timeframes. So what I do is I move further away from the market. And I think I've never seen a trader do worse by moving further out. I've seen traders do a lot worse by moving closer. And when I say further out and closer, I mean how long are you holding your trades? Because I'll give you an example. If I see a trader that cannot hold a trade for more than a minute or so, that means he's probably sized too big, and he's got to be really good on a small time frame to be able to somehow extract money in a very noisy, the market's very random on the short time frames. And I always say it's chicken or the egg, that if you show me a trader that's able to hold a position for 45 minutes in prop, that means he was trading small enough to not get wiped out in the noise. So to answer your question, your user's question here, I think that there needs to be more education done, and we're working on this right now, is to show, like, guys, from all of our data, this is what we see. We see that you have a better opportunity by not fighting these guys in the, on these micro time frames. You've got a way better opportunity to be successful and sustainable. We were just talking about the expectancy. If you want the expectancy to match in your sim accounts and your live accounts, generally further away from the market's easier to do that, right? And that's kind of like a general trade smaller and less often, and further away would be my recommendation for people to have better longevity in the live market.
Agreed. Another question coming in. He asks, will TPT ever get rid of trailing drawdown in the funded stage? This is a very hot button question.
Yeah, it's a good question. Again, to give you a background on that, I feel like there's a lot of decision fatigue that goes on in the market, at least for me. Like, I know this market like the back of my hand, and I go to competitors' pages and they have 6 different account sizes and 4 different options. And I'm like, wow, I don't know how anybody makes a decision on this page, because I don't know that I even understand what this account is or what that account is, and the flex and the this and the, so, we very intentionally stayed with kind of like one account size, and that's helped us and hurt us. And what we're working on now is an additional offering, because the group has, asked for the removal of intraday, and trust me, guys, I get why, but just know that when it does come out, just like everything else in prop, there will be a give and a take, right? So you love, unlimited payouts and no caps and no daily loss limit and no this and no that, and then you want end of day 2. Well, you're going to end up with a firm that is not here anymore.
Right.
Okay. So you, there will most likely be another offering, and I'm hoping it'll be out, by the end of the year. But just know that it won't be exactly the same. It won't be like everything that you see today and then end of day drawdown. There'll be other things in there to mitigate risk on the firm side, because there has to be.
Right. So let me ask you this. What, if you can share of any details, would be the offering that you're considering, at least, if you could shed any light on that whatsoever?
Well, frankly, that's what we're working on. And so, like, this is an open question. I mean, I'd love to poll your audience. I mean, would you guys, something like,
I can set up an exact poll if you give me the parameters.
Yeah, I would say, let's just do this because it's easy and there's only a few choices. Like, end of day drawdown all the way through, but the max you can make on any account, like any simulated account, so any pro account, would go from $10,000 a day to $5,000 a day immediately.
So no intraday drawdown with a DLL with a 5K cap, or as is the question.
Right. So it's a daily loss limit and a $5,000 cap on pro accounts in a single day. Instead of, right now it's 10, right? So we still wouldn't cap the amount of money you would be able to withdraw on any day, but we would cap how much any individual account can make on a day.
Okay, let's get a live reaction to this right now. I'm going to set up this poll right now in Kick. There's 900 people on Kick. There's 1,600 people on YouTube. If you're watching over on YouTube, go ahead and enter the poll, kick.com/rips. Now, is this something, when you're speaking of this offering, is this something where you would consider maybe having this exist in parallel with what your current offering is, or would this be a complete replacement?
No, not a replacement. It would be an additional offering. It'd be like an end of day and a legacy path, which is what you know today, and then an end of day all the way through path that would have, stricter rules, and those rules would exist all the way through, right? So they would be in, they'd be in I guess in eval, you'd have I'm not sure exactly if like the rule, because right now in eval, there's no daily loss limit. So I'm not sure if, again, that's what I'm not sure about. If the daily loss limit comes in an eval for that kind too, to just kind of keep it uniform across the board, or does the eval have like looser restrictions and then you get tighter in pro? And that's what people kind of hate today. And I get it, but we could make it harder in evaluation too if you'd want, but we don't allow you to, so it's a bit easier to get through. And those are the kind of like you can already hear my mind working and going through. This is how we think about these things. It's like how do we protect the firm for the longevity to make sure that it's sustainable and it's good for the traders and it's what they want. But it's not, if you have it so good for the traders and it's so one-sided, then it's just this like rinse TPT mentality that doesn't translate to the live market. And if it's like it used to be in prop, it's one-sided for the firm, that doesn't work either, because there's all these other offerings out there that are just better, right? So that's what we're constantly working on at TPT.
Well, I am happy to report, James, that the results are in, and 85% of people that are watching right now are interested in this new offering. Given the overwhelming positive response to that, could you give us a very loose, and I'm not going to hold you to this, and I don't think the Rips Nation would either, can you give us a loose timeline on when you would expect something like this to hit the public?
Yeah, there are some, as you guys probably would imagine, there are things in production right now that we're really excited about, that are being worked on. We've just stood up a new product team to do things like we're talking about now, is develop the products better and faster. So I don't think it's out of the question to say, 90 days from now, by the end of the year. But again, like there's a lot of, now that you're the second, podcast or show I've been on that I've asked this question, and it was the same response. It was, yeah, we would love, to take out intraday and put end of day in, even if that meant, a daily loss and less money that you can make on a single day in a pro account or something like that. So it's, the message is received, and it's almost like I knew it was coming, and that's why we wanted to have like another offering. And I just wanted to be clear with you that it was very intentional to only have one offering because of the decision fatigue thing. But the audience has spoken, and they've been speaking for the last year or so. So we've really been looking hard into this.
Yeah, and I think that at least I can see, based on the response that we're seeing from the nation here, I feel like, people are going to really like this. In line with that questioning, do you guys have any sort of pricing models formulated for this? Where is it going to be a more expensive offering? Do we see it being in line with the current pricing models? What are your thoughts there?
That'll probably be the last piece. And the reason that it'll be the last piece is that we'd have to get the data to make sure that, I'm not saying that it can't be the same price. It could fall anywhere. It could be cheaper. It could be more expensive. That's the last piece that comes, is once we've actually finalized, hey, these are the parameters of the account, then we work towards the pricing. But it wouldn't be something, I wouldn't say there'll be a material change on pricing based on what else is out there in the market.
Okay, I appreciate the answers there. Another question here, and again, we're doing any kind of questions here completely unfiltered. And like I said, we're a no bullshit show here. So somebody asked, since other props have closed and their customers were left hanging in the wind, can you ask how a prop firm can be financially sustainable, and how can we know that TPT is currently financially stable?
It's a great question. I think my answer to that is always when you're evaluating what prop firm to go with, if they don't have any, I don't want to say they're warts. Like for instance, we were just talking about intraday drawdown, and why is it still there? And it's because it protects YOLOing, right? It protects the it protects the capital of the firm, and so that I know that people aren't taking huge swings at the market, so that when I put them to live, they'll lose a ton of money. And so they can call that like a wart, if you will. Now, those warts are what protect and should make you as a customer confident that a prop firm has some longevity. Because if the firms that come out and try to do everything the best, that's a firm you need to be worried about. And I'm just telling you that from an owner's standpoint, where I see numbers and I understand how these levers all work, that if it's too good to be true, it usually is, right? So if a firm has way better rules, then they better figure out a way to hold the float longer and try to make some money on the float or something like that before they have to pay you, because it could be, and that's why you haven't seen firms have, daily unlimited payouts.
Right.
when they have
You just saying it out loud. To me, being a real money trader is just absolutely absurd because of the amount of leverage that you're getting on these props. Go on though.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it's a great question, and I think that the way you know that is to ask yourself as a sophisticated customer, is this offering too good to be true? And has this firm been around for long enough to know that they've been able to kind of withstand different market cycles and different volatility regimes, different presidents, like all those things. And as long as they have some warts and some way to protect themselves, that's probably a pretty good idea that they're pretty safe.
Yeah. And I mean, you look at even just the metals market from Q4 of last year. It's like, if you don't have appropriate protections in place, guess what? The prop firm is gone overnight. And that's where, people who have not been trading for a while, people who have not gone through multiple market cycles. This is now closing in on my beginning of 13th year of trading the live markets. People don't realize they haven't even been through a full presidential term trading these markets. They don't realize that there can be black swan events. And if a prop firm is offering you a deal that is too good to be true, as you said, those black swan events can wipe out the firm overnight without any sort of protection. If you start throwing around the word unlimited in things and you just have it everywhere in your firm's rules and designs, there's unlimited potential for your firm to go bankrupt overnight. And again, I mean, being an entrepreneur, I side a lot of the times, and you hear me talk about this on the show often, that the rules exist in place in order to provide the prop firm traders as much leverage that they're getting for literal pennies on the dollar for that leverage. And if that does not happen, if those rules aren't there, the prop firm will not exist. So again, and I'm not glazed, guys in chat, I'm not glazing James here. I'm just keeping it real. This is exactly why these prop firms exist. And if you're trying to undercut the rules, or you're looking for a firm that's going to offer it all, it doesn't exist. And as James said earlier, it's something that you would have to go and trade your own live money and watch how fast that evaporates. By the way, the TPT coupon does expire at the end of the week here. 50% off is expiring at the end of the week. James, some more questions for you. Do you have any plans on live accounts to combine all funded accounts to be converted into a single live account?
That's a great question, and I would love to do that. And the reason is that I get a lot of heat from the CME for an individual controlling multiple accounts, because shit that can happen with that. Meaning, you're using a copy trader and it doesn't trigger at the right time. And, it's like this user is trading his accounts and without a bona fide position, meaning, he's trading 15 NQs one way and 15 NQs the other way, and he controls all those accounts. And that's just a huge mess for me. The problem with the live side, guys, is that because it's regulated, we can't automate like we'd like to. So there's a lot of back and forth between the broker and having to do everything manually. It would be really difficult to roll up, the 5 accounts into one, even though I would like to. That would be actually, for me, I know you're asking for it because it'd be good for you. It'd be better for me if I could do it. And we are working towards, an environment when we can roll them all together. And that actually explains, just for your guys' knowledge, why most prop firms only allow one live account. It's not because they don't want to offer you 5. even though you had 5 XFAs, or again, I don't even know what people call them.
Funded accounts.
Well, yeah, sim funded, whatever you want to call them, but they only move you over one at a time because it's very problematic and very challenging to offer you multiple live accounts at the same time because of all the CME rules that come in. That's also why you see, and some of your users have probably heard from our compliance department or our trade surveillance department, is I have no leeway. If something happens because you're controlling multiple accounts, I have an obligation to the CME as the owner. Remember, all of these accounts, these aren't your accounts. These accounts, when the CME sees thousands of traders coming through the take profit trader account, they're treating that as if you're my responsibility. It's my responsibility to surveil you. Okay. So we've got to be very careful on the live side because we have multiple accounts. And I never want to take that away because, again, it's like a streamlined process. You can have 5 evals, 5 pro. I can move all 5 of them to live. And there may come a day when it has to be all rolled up. And I would love that. But there also may come a day when the CME says you can't do that anymore and you can only trade one at a time, right? I don't want that day to come, and I don't think that day's coming anytime soon. But these are the things that we work on a daily basis on a high level with, sometimes regulatory bodies, sometimes the compliance department at brokerages, et cetera.
Okay, we have a lot of questions. Thank you for the answers on that. We have a lot of questions coming in, and this is also a question that I hold dear to my heart. When and if and when, I guess I should ask, is Trade C coming to your platform? When will you think about adding Trade C? Because from my opinion, it's one of the top trading tools to use right now, one of the top platforms to execute on, at least for my own trading.
I'm not sure that it's in our plans because we have other things. I don't want to say like similar things that what you'll see, Rips, the way to answer your question is you're going to see firms start to vertically integrate more. You're already seeing it. And
I know where you're going with this.
Anytime you're using third-party screens, you're, of course, I know on the back end, like what it's like working with vendors. You guys don't get the I'll say the privilege, if you want to call it a privilege to do that. Then at TPT, we
how many times? Sorry to interrupt. How many times have you heard this one? Not our problem. You deal with it.
Yeah. No.
Sorry. You got refunds? That's not our problem.
Yeah, that's anyway, I'm not complaining about it. We actually have really good partners, and I'm not that's not being like political. It's just it's when you can't control it yourself, it's problematic, right? And that's what happens sometimes with these with these, for instance, you bring up Trade C, that's a Rhythmic product, but it's also plugged into TradingView, so you have 2 levels of failure there. And we've had Rhythmic forever. Like they're a great partner, but again, you're gonna see in the next year, and you're already seeing it, firms doing more of the the vertical integration and trying to control more of their destiny. And that's just so that's my answer to you, Rips. Unfortunately, you probably won't see Trade C anytime soon.
Okay, at least we have clarity on the subject. It's something that I've talked to Arthur about, the community manager, and now getting it straight from the horse's mouth. It's good to at least know that we aren't, sitting here waiting and wanting. Now we actually have a realistic answer. But it is good to know that you guys have that at least on your radar. The vertical integration we are seeing more and more of, obviously to the dismay of a lot of these providers out there, but it does make a lot of sense from the business standpoint where as an operator, you are subjected to the whole conversation of sorry, not our problem. And then you have to deal with the pitchfork mob of people saying, what are you going to do for me? What are you going to do for me? And you're in a rock and a hard place. But if you have full control from the vertical integration A to Z, you're not really confronted with that as much.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that it'll be like, we're going to rip everything off of our website. When that day comes, we would have options that integrate directly that we control, and then like kind of if we hope our products are better, and if they're not, then we'll still have the option to people that are like that love, for instance, like I started trading in 2010 on NinjaTrader. They've been around for a long time. People love that. They love them. So we don't have any, we have a good relationship with them, but in no time soon would we ever like get rid of them. They'll be there. They're going to be with TPT, just like Rhythmic will be with TPT.
Right.
It's just that there'll be additional, when we were talking about trade seeing additional outs where they're more like prop facing. They're not recalibrated like traditional brokerage screens. Think of like, for instance, I know Mike Patak, most of you guys do know who he is. At
MP,
least.
CEO of Top Step.
MP, CEO of Top Step, and Rips. I know you worked with them before, but like a good example of is what they did with Project X. Everybody know they had problems, and like doing any of these verticals creates other problems. But again, at least in our case, it would never be, hey, we're moving completely over to here. You can't use any of this stuff you guys love at TPT. But just thinking about business, you sound like you're an entrepreneur, Rips, like thinking about business of, I want to make sure that at least if we shit the bed, that it's my own fault, right? And there are some days when I don't feel like that, right?
Totally.
And that's troubling. When things can go wrong in the business and I have no control over it, that means that I don't control my own destiny.
Totally understand. A few more questions coming in. Does TPT have in the works a modified dashboard that will report their stats live or within 5 minutes?
Yes, we will. Everything we're in the works right now of having that be updated, where we would be able to, for instance, an example would be we just increased our withdrawal capability. I mean, speed to withdraw, where we would be able to, if you make a trade at 10 a.m. Eastern, so 9 Central, market opens and you make a trade in the first 30 minutes, you make money, it's sitting in your account, you can see it, you can withdraw it right there, like right in the middle, like, so literally like make it, take it, like you could from, a
which, by the way, I can't even do with my own broker. It takes time for them to process all that.
You can't even do that at a live brokerage.
Cannot, right? Not even close.
Because they have to settle.
Exactly. You have to wait for full settlement that happens 8 o'clock. Yeah, it's not even close.
That's right. So that's what we're working on, so that, if you can see real time, like real time balances, real time everything. Because you can see, for instance, real time trades in the scorecard. You pull up your scorecard, you take the trade, within a minute, you'll see that trade show up in the scorecard.
That is badass.
So taking that one step further is like, okay, now can I make an action on that trade? It's like, okay, I had this money, can I take it? The next piece of that then becomes the compliance. Did this guy break any rule, specifically CME rule, to obtain that profit? Usually that happens at the end of the day in a batch, in a batch. So it gives us time for the systems to work. Well, that gets harder as you get closer to real time, right? So we have to be able to do all of these things so the first part is like for you to visually be able to see it. Like that part I would say is pretty easy. Like we're working on that so that everything kind of happens in real time on your dash. That's easy. Now, being able to take an action based on that real time data, like, withdrawing money, doing something like, mostly that, withdrawing money. And I say mostly that because there may be a day in the future where, let's say you have 5 accounts and you blew one of them and you want to take, and 3 of them you didn't do great on, you wanted to take the 3 profits that you still had in those accounts and move it to the other one, you would be able to kind of like a couple clicks of the button and be able to shift money from one account to the other.
That's insane.
Like all of these things that we have on our roadmap that we're really excited about. The action is what's complicated, because we have to be able to do this stuff automatically and be able to have you have the ability to push a couple buttons and the process work like you want it to work without fail. And that's a challenging thing to do, but we're working on it.
Good to know. Another question that we're getting a lot of here: why can't you trade the news? A trade is a trade. My take on this, really quick, before you jump in here, James. If you have big news events in a cash account, you're often going to find that the broker is going to restrict your margin level, almost sometimes to true 100% margins, sometimes 50%, sometimes 25%. It's a realistic thing that happens in the live trading environment. And I'm assuming that it's to protect the firm against YOLOers. But what is your take on this, James? Why can't you trade the news? A trade is a trade.
I'm going to show you guys. I don't even have to tell you. Let me just show you.
Let me see if I can get your screen share on here.
I have to log into. I have to use the authenticator to log in here. I want to show you an example of why we don't let you trade the news.
Folks, we are going to be giving away 20 TPT accounts today live on stream if you are sticking around. James, would you mind hanging with us for another 30 more minutes? Is that in your schedule?
I have another one to be on here.
We have you for 5 minutes or 35 minutes more?
I only have you scheduled for 5 more minutes, and I have
it.
somebody right behind you. I could probably stay an extra couple because I had like a 10-minute buffer.
Yeah, the people are just loving this interview so far, so I want to keep you here as long as we can.
Yeah, that's fine. Can I share my screen?
Let's see if it works. Go ahead and give it a shot. Let's see. It may or may not work. Yeah, wait, there we go. We got your screen right there. Hold on. Let me make this large on my end here. Great. We got it.
So the only reason I'm able to share this with you is because this is anonymous. You guys, if you guys trade a TPT, you know that I'm viewing this as a user. So there's no personal information here, so I can share this with you. This user is no longer with TPT. Okay. So this is why, to answer you guys' question, what I deal with on a daily basis. I can search, get rid of all accounts except for Pro Plus accounts, and look at this trade on July 30th. Okay. You might ask, how can an individual that can only lose $4,500 per account lose $150,000 of real cash in one day?
Jesus Christ. That is insane.
And here's the trade.
It's very hard to see on the screen. If you could just talk us through that, please.
Yeah. Let me, I'll zoom this so that you guys can see it better, and then I'll talk you through it. Okay. So if you look at this trade here, this trade was on July 30th. And what you'll notice is that all the timestamps are the same, right? Because NinjaTrader breaks these up, but this is the same trade, right? So this is a guy that was waiting with his live account with all of these NASDAQ contracts. And you can see, like, it goes to the next page, right? Like, I can make this, And what do you guys notice about the time? This is Central Time, 3 o'clock Central Time.
Anybody in chat want to nail this one?
I'll give you, because we're short on time, I'll give you guys the answer here. This is a trader that's just waiting around for earnings, and he's trading the NASDAQ.
We had a couple people that said that in chat.
Okay. Look at his cumulative P&L. Look at so what happens here is this trader can't get out because there's no liquidity in the book. So instead of losing $4,500 per account, he loses $150. So for me, okay, so he should have lost $22,500 maximum. He lost $150,000 of real cash, and he gets to walk away from that loss.
Oh, but James, why didn't you just use your reset code to make it all better, man?
Yeah. So you can tell, like, this is a real life example of, I think I just stopped sharing. This is a real life example, guys, of like why I don't let you trade the news, because it's just bad habits. That's not the news that's just as bad as news though, because it's the same. It's going to be the same liquidity, same behavior after the news event hits, right? So I understand that other firms do it, but when you have a live environment like we do, where we let you trade 5 accounts, like I don't want to encourage that kind of behavior for you to get through, because what are you going to do when you get through? You're going to try shit like that. And like,
yeah, and here's the difference. The person who got in paid you hundreds of dollars, and now you're on the hook for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I mean, we just lost 100% of $149,000 on that trade because the guy thought he was cute, right?
I mean, I'm laughing, but I mean, as a real money trader, it's like so painstakingly obvious to somebody like me, but like these prop firm traders, they don't see this as being an option, and they don't understand that coming from a sim environment. So it is illuminating, to say the least, to see something like this and to be so candid about it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I hope we take away from this is when you see somebody bullshitting or pissed off on Reddit, there's always another side of the story to it. Like that guy probably said, "Hey, I'm up $75,000 in live," and I'm like, regardless if you're up $1 million in live, if you're trading our live funds like that, you're not going to be welcome at TPT. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, but what if it went the other way? What if it went this? And it's like, yeah, if my aunt had a sack of nuts, we'd call her my uncle. But there is no what ifs when trading.
Rips, there was a guy, there were several people that day that actually traded it the other way and were successful. And you know what I did to them? I kicked them out too.
Wow.
Right? Here's your money. Take it and go trade somewhere else. And I'm really like, you guys could probably hear my tone change because I'm unapologetic about this shit.
And as you should be. I mean, I get it. And it's nice to hear somebody else, obviously in your position, that gets it. But it's nice for the community to hear this because you're showing with receipts why this makes sense. And I always say this to my audience. Would you rather have prop firms and the proliferation of prop firms with rules, or would you rather have no rules and in 3 months from now, there aren't any more prop firms? And this is the most obvious tone that needs to be taken with this.
Exactly.
Yeah, and people don't understand. It is real money on your side. The losses are real. And for the people who are paying hundreds of dollars for this leverage, they're not experiencing the same downside loss that you would as a real money trader because it doesn't translate. You lost 50K of the firm's money, but you don't really feel like you lost 50K because it's not in your account first. When you're the person who's providing this access to this leverage, you do feel it because it is your real capital.
And you don't get the same results. You can't say that, hey, if you allow me to trade news, I can still, the most I can lose is 4,500. That just shows you that you can't get out. There's no liquidity.
Yeah.
Like a stop order is a market order and it's going to trigger and then it's going to try to find you 75 contracts.
Yeah.
Like good fucking luck.
And by the way, the firms that are removing the liquidity providers, the actual market makers, are not exactly looking to give you the best value when they come back into the market.
Yeah, exactly. So it's I'm really glad that I had the opportunity to show you that because I think it allows you. I really love these talks because it allows me to candidly explain, to pull back the curtain and be like, guys, this is why. Like, this is why. You don't like this? This is why we do it. This is an example of why you can't trade news. This is an example of, of how we could eat massive 6-figure losses in one day from just a handful of people, and we have to have checks and balances in place to make sure that doesn't happen.
So we only have a few minutes left here. I want to do some rapid fire questions. Just let's try to get through 3 to 5 more questions. Next question is, what account size do you notice on the data is the best account for traders to pass and the best accounts for the firms? What, in essence, what would you prefer people are trading with you guys?
50K and 150K are by far the biggest, and it's not even close. So we'll probably take some of the other ones even away because, again, I don't like decision fatigue, and especially if I think it's 85 or 90% of the traders pick either 50K or 150K. I always say that to have your best chance of success, you take the biggest account and trade like 1/5 of the allotted size, and naturally the 150K would be the best way to do that. But we don't see, one account better than the other in terms of, success rate, because people generally that take the 150 don't do what I just explained. They lever up.
Right. Another question here. Are any new payout methods going to be offered for international traders instead of just PayPal or Wise? Something like international wire transfer like TopStep has or something else?
Yeah. Within 3 weeks, we'll have a method that will do exactly what Plaid does for U.S. people. Will be an international option because those other ones are not very good, to be frank.
What would you say are the top 3 characteristics of the best traders that you've seen come through the TPT plans?
Slow and steady.
That seems to be the thing that is echoing across all of prop firms lately, is that the most people who are the most profitable, who have the most longevity on these firms, are taking their trade slow and steady.
Yeah, because you still have the notional value. I encourage anybody listening to this to go check out the notional value of one NASDAQ mini right now. The notional value, the amount of money
It's 400 grand. I'll give you the answer. For one contract, you'd have to have in like a brokerage account to control the same amount of money for one NASDAQ contract. So you already have so much leverage. Just slow down and size down.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking at these other CFD firms and the amount of leverage, or any kind of prop firms, the amount of leverage that you're getting for pennies on the dollar, it's absolutely ridiculous. And it's definitely something that people need to really reflect on. James, I really appreciate your time and I want to respect your time. Is there anything that you can leave the RIPS Nation with? I know that you graciously gave us 20 accounts to give away and we really appreciate that. Is there anything that you can leave us with? Any kind of special goodies that are coming right around the bend? I know we talked about a lot of them, but what would you like to leave the RIPS Nation with?
Yeah, I mean, I try to be, we're working hard on making our tech better and our offerings better. There will be new offerings in the future. Always know that we're not just making this shit up as we go. Like we think a lot about this. That's why we're not first, and we're trying to make the experience better. But just know that, with everything that you get, you just got to be very careful as a customer to other firms and to new firms. Is if it's too good to be true, it probably is. And I just want to make sure that I reiterate that. Slow down, and we'll keep doing our best to make our program better.
I really appreciate your time, James. I know you got to go. Thank you so much for coming on our show. And just to echo what James is saying, it's one of the things I talk about all the time. What turned me from an unprofitable trader to a profitable trader was slowing the heck down. So thanks again, James, for being here. I appreciate your time. Hopefully we could do this again soon. I had a real blast with you here, buddy.
Yeah, me too, Rips. Thanks, guys.
Take care.
See you soon.
We'll see you next time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was awesome. That was great. W's in chat for James there. That was amazing. That was freaking awesome. I honestly, I really liked how he answered the really hard questions and he brought the receipts with him, which is kind of what you guys want to be seeing and hearing, especially as, and it's good because I talk about this stuff all the time with you guys, and often I feel like there's times when you guys are like, yeah, you're just saying that. But when you can actually see it with receipts, and I think it does help that I came from an entrepreneurial background, it's interesting to see a prop firm CEO actually bring receipts so that you folks who may or may not understand the risk that they're taking on is real in black and white, or in this case, red and black, so that you can see it. So yeah, really, really awesome interview there. Just a quick recap, as James was talking, how many people think I was trading? Quick poll in chat here. Was I trading while James was talking? Let's have a quick review here. The answer is yes. Of course I was trading, but I didn't trade all that much. I opened a trade at 9:32 and 22 seconds, and I closed it at 6:33 and 2 seconds. So I will be doing a recap on that. And I took the pitch and catch of the day, and we took it to the short side, as you can see right there. We made $12,815 in our cash account, in our AMP account. It's great. It's just a simple pitch and catch, $12,815. I probably won't trade anymore because, why trade when you make that kind of money? Why continue to trade? Why not just lock it up? So easy pitch and catch there. I don't like saying the word easy, but using our key levels here, the rejection underneath, if you're looking at the levels that we had drawn out, the rejection is what I'm looking for into this zone right here. When we have overhead supply that is stacking up, this is why I always say that order flow trumps any other trading strategy, because simply, it's if you can spot this as it's happening in real time and you can take that short. And of course, we covered into the lows. Here, actually, that's, let me get this correct here. This one right here, sorry. I was drawing the next pitch and catch. This one right here, rejecting into that, taking that, and then covering into those lows right here on that rejection down there. So that's the trade that we took. That's the trade that played out for us. How many people caught that exact trade? I saw some people when I was watching chat. How many people caught that exact trade where it was the short pitch and catch? There was obviously a long off the open, but I wanted to pace myself. Obviously, while I'm interviewing somebody, it's very hard to keep all of the plates spinning at once. So it's really nice to see you folks actually trading that there. Pie said, very good interview and well prepared. Other streams were very lazy with zero preparation. One of the things that we're going to be having, actually, I don't want to have any spoilers for that. You'll see. There's something coming to the RIPS Nation that's going to be happening very, very soon. Let's kick it off, though, with some giveaways, baby. I know that I'm done trading my cash account for the day. We might take some trades in our evaluation account for TPT. But let me start getting the giveaways cooking here, because I know that's why a lot of you folks are still here. Who's ready for a giveaway for a free TPT account? I got 20 accounts to give away. I'm going to give away 15 accounts to 15 people. And I'm going to be giving a 5-pack away as a grand prize to one lucky person. Yes, that's right. A full 5-pack to one lucky person and 15 individual winners on top of that. So in totality, we will have 16 winners today. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I love it. I love it. Shout out to TPT for sponsoring this giveaway. They are the ones to be thanking for this. This cost me nothing. This cost me nothing other than the interview. It's fun. All right, so here's what I want you to do. I'm going to drop a link for TPT in chat. All you have to do, get some music going. Can you not hear the music? I hear music. Maybe it's just the music in my head. All right, let's do this. Go ahead and drop the TPT link here. Pay the unders, sure. There you go. Paying the unders now, and unders paid. There you go. Okay, so there's the link right there. Click that link, please. All right, I want you to scroll down on that page. This is what it should look like. This is the landing page it should bring you to. Get 50%, no activation fee. By the way, just to reiterate the deal, TPT is now 3 days to pass. It's 50% off. There's no activation fee. You can get paid day one of your trading as long as you get out of the trailing drawdown buffer. So there you go. That is the deal of the day. Deal of the week, really. That flash sale is ending this week. So this week is when you want to take advantage of the TPT stuff. Okay, so scroll down on that page there. You can see the feature services take profit versus other companies. The section says minimum days until first withdrawal. I need you to type with a space what it says in that. What does it say? What does it say? How many withdrawal? Minimum days until first withdrawal. Type out the full complete sentence it says. Bang, you guys got it. Minimum days until first withdraw. Type in that right now. There you go. You guys are fast studies there. Amazing. Okay, let's get this party started. For the very first TPT giveaway, it's going to. Who's it going to? Who is it going to? A lot of people are going to be winning today, champions. A lot of people are going to be winning today. Promise you this. Now have your Instagram or Twitter account ready so I can send you a message. But we're going to have 20 winners today. Or sorry, 16 winners. 16 winners, 15 winners of a singular account, and 1 winner for a grand prize account. So 16 total winners today. Oh my God, we've done it. Let's go. Give it up for Jeff. Jeff, quick question for you. Jeff, quick question for you. Since that account is pretty much blown, should I just give it to somebody else? What do you think? Should I just go ahead and just give it to somebody else since it's already blown? I'm kidding. I love you, pal. All right, let me find what your Instagram was here. The OG Jeff. Love that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love Jeff. All right, let me get this over to you. Remember, type in the word 0 days to be in the giveaway here, folks. It looks like you made just a singular Instagram account just for to follow me. That's awesome, man. Now, these accounts will be added to your dashboard as a free account credit. So when you're going to purchase, the checkout will say, you know, this is the account credit and whatnot. By the way, shout out for these levels. Just freaking, like, come on, dude. Is this not insane? Are you guys not entertained? Are you guys not entertained? Like, this is just, what a roll off here. First bounce at the level, rejection, pitch and catch, bing bong biggity. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Unbelievable. All right, let's get our next winner in the mix here. Jeff, just respond to that DM whenever you see fit. Here we go. Drawing the next winner. Draw the next winner. Dun, 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 dun. Remember, you can win on Kick or on YouTube. Where can I learn about the PNC? Go on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@RIPSTrades, and search Pitch, P-I-T-C-H, on my YouTube channel. There's a ton of videos about it, baby. There's a ton of videos. Snoozy M. Snoozy M, you are the winner of a free TPT account. What is your name on Instagram or Twitter, please? Dun 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 dun. Gotta claim that prize. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and watch the stream at 2x speed. It'll catch you up to the current live time. You can see right there. It is currently 10:15 and 55 seconds in the morning, Eastern time. Make sure the market clock matches with your clock, and then we're off to the races, baby. Shouldn't have too much lag on YouTube. Snoozy M, I don't want you to lose this thing. I don't want you to lose it. You got 13 seconds left to claim. Do 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 do. Snoozy M did not claim. We're going for the next winner here. The next winner for a free TPT account. SFN Milo, you are in the mix next. Let's see if you're here to claim it. Thank you so much, Hot Bell and Papa Leslie. SFN Milo, let's see. Got it, your IG. Let me go ahead and drop this giveaway. If you're just joining us, we are giving away free TPT accounts right now, right here and right now. Let me go ahead and jump on Instagram. It says it's not available. Let me see. Yeah, no. You guys make it so hard to give you free things. SFN Milo, not available. Why? Why do you make it so hard? That's what she said. Oh, it's an underscore. Thank you. There we go. Found you. Congratulations to SFN Milo in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Rock and roll, baby. Rock and roll. Make sure we got this here. There we go. All right. If you're just joining us, we are giving away free TPT accounts. We're going to do a brand new keyword to make sure that anybody who entered the giveaway is still here. I don't want to spin for people that aren't here. So it's a brand new keyword. If you've already won a free account, you could still win another one as I reset the giveaways. The new keyword is going to be on that TPT page. So go ahead and click the link in chat that RIPSMod is going to drop for you right here, right now. Let's see. Is RIPSMod on the ticket? Jeff, that means you, baby. You can win again. Let me go ahead and do it. Do. All right. Doing RIPSMod's job here. There you go. Thank you so much, RIPSMod, for always ghosting us at the best times. Really appreciate it. You are the GOAT. You are the GOAT, RIPSMod. You are the GOAT. Whenever we need you, you're always gone. By the way, we are having more mod positions being opened as well. That will be the next announcement. Spoiler alert. Okay, scroll down on that page, please. Okay. Where it says, why take profit trader versus trading your own money? right? Why take profit trader instead of trading your own money? I'm going to go ahead and hide the screen so you guys can't cheat. Why take profit trader instead of trading your own money? Under the section of risk management, it's the first word. It starts with an L. Type in that word one single time in chat. There's no need to repeat the word. It doesn't add any extra entries. Just type in that word. Starts with an L. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. You typed it in. I love it. There's everybody being added to the giveaway right now. Here we go. TPT accounts abound. Here we come. Good luck, everybody. We're spinning. Here we go for another TPT free account. Who's it going to? Drop it. Good luck, everybody. Good luck, good luck, good luck. We are drawing the winner. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be, baby? It looks like Future Strategist or BDT. I think it's Future Strategist. Future Strategist, you are the winner. You have to claim it on YouTube. Type anything in chat and then type in what is your name on Instagram or on X so I can send you a message with your coupon code. There you are, Future Strategist. Let's see if you typed in what your username is. Let me see. All right, you got a W in chat. Type in your username. There it is, Josh Strat. Remember, never put the @ symbol. It fucks up the system, but yeah. Let me see if I can find you on Instagrizzy. No, not there. I'm thinking it is on the X. The old X's. Let me find you on X. Got it, my man. I recognize you by your avatar, your profile pic. Congratulations to you, Josh. You know what that means? We're rolling again. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. We are rolling, baby. We are rolling. Now let's get some a little bit more upbeat music here. NPOC trade, you have won. How many have we given away so far? I think we're on 3, right? This is giveaway number 4. NPOC trade, what is your name on Instagram? What is your name on Twitter? Let me get it over to you. Got it. You've won before. I recognize the name. I know the name. Let's get to spinning while we're checking them out. Get to spinning for the next winner here. Doom, 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 ba-doom. Dun, 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 dun. There you go. Congratulations to NPOC. NPOK. NPOC. Next winner. It looks like Animus21 is going to be the next winner for a free TPT account. This is number 5. Winner number 5, which means we got another 11 winners to go. 11 more winners to go, baby. 11 more winners to go. Animus, there you are. Let's see. What is your name on Instagram or Twitter? Please, pretty please. All right, we got you. Let's see if I can find you here on Instagram before we move on. There you are. Congratulations to you. All right, we're rolling again. We're doing it again. Doom, ba-doom, boom, boom, ba-boom, boom. We're doing it all morning long, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. By the way, look at these freaking levels. Look at these freaking levels, man. Check it out in just a second here, but wow, these levels are so good. I can't believe there's people that don't join the free Instagram group for these levels. It's kind of insane to me. It's free. Why would you not want these on your chart? Papa Tick Tucker. Papa Tick Tucker. Tuck it in and you've won. Tuck it in, baby. There you go. Okay, got your X here. Never put the @ symbol. It throws off the whole thing. Or do put it. I don't care either way. Let me see if I can find you on X. Make sure you follow me. I can send you a message. There you go. He's won, ladies and gentlemen. On to the next. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. We are blowing these things out like I've had a bowl of chili. My God. Here they come. Tuck it in, tuck it in, tuck it in, Rin Tin Tin. Oh, is that Scott Martin about to win a free TPT account? Is that Scott Martin? It is. Let's go, Scott Martin in the building. What is your name on Instagram or Twitter, please, Scott? There he is. Hell yeah, it's not a username. Let's see if he can type it. The people are going to stay on their feet until he types his username. Scott Martin, please bless us with your fucking username. For fuck's sake, type in your goddamn fucking username for fuck's sake. Good Lord, type in your fucking username! Jesus Christ! All right, 5 seconds before I give it to somebody else, Scott. All right, hit me in Discord. It's not a username. Your prize is going to somebody else. Here we go. Spinning. Jesus Christ. Simple instructions have not been followed. Unbelievable. Jesus Christ. Next time, Scott, you'll be ready to type in, I don't know, maybe your username. Good Lord. Move with purpose. Up next, move with purpose. Scott has still not typed in his username. Epic in-frame has a dot and wouldn't work. All right, that's fair. Let me see if I can find you. Just say it like this. Watch this. Epic dot in-frame. Like that. Like that. Come on. All right, let me see if I can find it. There you are. I found you, pal. All right. You're winning, Scott. You think I'd fucking take that from you? Come on. Having a little fun this morning. Move with purpose. There he is. Give it up for Move with Purpose. I believe that is 7 giveaways, ladies and gentlemen. 7 giveaways, which means that we're giving about 16. We're almost halfway there. Move with Purpose does not follow me. Let me see if maybe it's maybe it's an Instagram or maybe it's Twitter. Let me see. There you are. Move with Purpose. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. That is, I believe, 8 winners. 8 winners. Okay. All right. We're at the halfway point. Remember, there's still a grand prize winner that is going to take home 5 TPT accounts. So it's worth sticking around till the end of the giveaway, ladies and gentlemen. 5 giveaways is, or 5 accounts is a full pack of TPT accounts. 5 full allocations. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a brand new keyword. By the way, dude, it's kind of, this is just, it's ridiculous. You reject off of this level. You first find your rejection here. You challenge this level for the upside pitch and catch, and then you trade it exactly to the next level. Folks, if you're not using these levels, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why would you, what are you doing? Why would you not use these levels? They're free. They're free. These levels are given to you for free. What is going on? Why would you never use these? They're free. Put them on your chart. What in the world are you doing? All right. So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we've had 8 winners, 8 winners, 8 winners. We're going for winner number 9. Winner number 9, we're going to be doing a brand new keyword here. Brand new keyword, okay? Brand new keyword. Stop typing in the word lack. Brand new keyword. Okay, go to that TPT link that Rips Mod is certainly dropping in chat right now. Click that keyword. Click that link in chat. Click that link in chat. Brand new keyword. Okay. See where it says choose your futures account size? You see that? It says purchase the subscription that blanks your needs as a trader. Type in that word one single time. Type in that word one single time. Purchase a subscription that blanks your needs as a trader. There you go. Type it in, baby. We got it. We got some smarties in chat. We got some smarties in chat today. Amen. Hallelujah. Let's go. Here we go. We are spinning. Good luck, everybody. This is winner number 9 for our free TPT account. That's right. It's free. I want to gift you guys for hanging out with me this morning. That's what I want to do today with my time. I don't know about you. There will be a recap coming on my social media channels today about how I made $12,000 trading just the open, and I believe that the trade lasted less than 1 minute, so we will figure out exactly how much money I made per second today. Yesterday it was $1,000 a minute. Today I think we will have exceeded that. Tyler did. You know he did. Who won? Tyler did. That's right, Tyler won. Let's go, baby. All right, he replied. There he is with his username almost immediately, too. All right, let's go. Next winner. This is winner number 10. Winner number 10. Remember, once we get to 15 winners, we are doing the grand prize drawing, ladies and gentlemen. The grand prize drawing, where we will find out exactly who is the king of the castle today, who's going to win a full allocation on TPT. Full allocation on TPT. Let's go, let's go. Is it Giovanni? Giovanni, 76. Either a big fan of the gas station or the year he was born or the year that he lost his virginity. I don't know. Or just 6'7" in reverse. Either way, there he is, Giovanni, big next winner on the day. There he is. Very, very quick there. Congratulations to you, Giovanni. Oh my goodness, we are blowing these things out. Winner number 11 up next. Go! Here we go. Winner number 11 up next. Congratulations, Giovanni. You are the big winner of the day here. There you go. There you go. Now, folks who have won, before you start flooding my inbox, the accounts will be added likely before the end of the day. So if it doesn't show up immediately, that's okay. They will show up before the end of the day. Okay? It's all good. LH or IH970 over on YouTube, you are the big winner. Please let me know what is your name on Instagram or Twitter, my friend. Let's go. Give it up. What is your name on Instagram or Twitter? There it is. Look at that, how fast they typed that. See that? Let that be a message to you folks who fumble around with your username. Just type it in. Don't be shy. Type it in. Just shove it in there and type it in. Good luck, everybody. Next winner. This is winner number 12. Winner number 12. This sounds like White Lotus a little bit. I feel like I'm on a white sand beach having sex with a tour guide. Yeah. All right, here we go. Yoenba. Big winner here. Yoenba in the building. Let's go. There he is. Yoenba already did it. Yoenba, what is your name on Instagram or Twitter, please? There it is. So fast. So furious. All right, we're going to do a new keyword. Keep it fair for my friends who have not had a chance to type in the giveaway keyword here. So just give me a moment. We're going to have a brand new keyword, brand new keyword for winner number lucky 13. All right, go to the TPT page that RIPS dropped the link for. Do it again. All right, let's see. What is the link going to be? The keyword, the password is, you see where at the bottom? Hold on, let me hide this so you guys can't cheat. At the bottom, under test, your take profit funded journey, under the column that says test. This is the maximum number of accounts under the test column. Maximum number of accounts under the test column. Type in that word one single time, please. Type in that word one single time, baby. Oh, you guys are good. You got it. You got it right out of the gates. We are continuing this giveaway here for a free TPT account. A free TPT account. It's free. That song was good, by the way. Sometimes we get some good music for the giveaways. Oh, wait, you mean to tell me that it rejected at the level again? What is this shit? How does he do it? What do you mean they're free? Every day? Every day these levels are free? You don't have to sit through a 19-hour lecture? I just give them to you with nothing asked in return? Maybe come out and hang out on the stream with me in the Rips Nation, but I mean, are you kidding me? You don't have to sit through a 9-hour lecture and they're free? How do I get the levels? You go on my Instagram group. My Instagram group, it's free to join, baby. Let me go ahead and show you how to do it. Actually, I'm going to post this on my story, on my Instagram story, how you can join the Rips Nation, which, by the way, is swelling. I'm stopping myself before I go any further. It is swelling up in user base. Oh, God. All right. Okay. Chill out there, Ripsy, buddy. Want to join my free group? Tap the link below. Okay. Let me go ahead and add this in here. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Free, of course, in all caps. There we go. Tap join below. There we go. Okay, let's get a good song going. I'm going to put Avicii levels because it's very true. We only have levels. We have levels and other things. Okay, there we go. It's on my Instagram and on my Facebook story. If you want to join the free Instagram group where these levels are given to you so you can trade like a wizard that got fucked in Hogwarts. Don't know. Go for it. Here we go. Next winner. Here we go. Next winner for a free TPT account, Lucky 13. Lucky 13. This is the same levels I used to make over $12,000 today in under a minute's time. I know, right? Doesn't seem real. It is. And he does this every day? I do. Every single day, baby. Every single day. Peanut Bruce. Peanut Bruce. Hopefully you don't have a peanut allergy. Peanut Bruce, you've won. There he is. What is your name on Instagram or Twitter, please? Peanut Bruce. Type it in. It has to show up in chat above my head here. Type it in quick. Type it in quick. Oh, Patricia. Ay, ¿por qué? Perro, ¿por qué? Perro, por qué? There he is. Mike Baker got you right there. Let's go. Next winner, ladies and gentlemen, is going to... This is lucky number 14, and then we'll have the final winner of a singular account before we move on to giving away full allocation. Full allocation on TPT. That's right, 5 accounts given away to somebody extra lucky. Oh my goodness, extra lucky. It looks like it's gonna be who moved price. That is the trading term for who farted? Who moved price? How long have you been with her? All right, there he is. Insta, who moved price? What a name, what a name, what a name. Who moved the price? I mean, that was terrible. Sorry, I'll never do that again. All right, let me find it. That was terrible. I'm sorry for subjecting you to that. Oh, God. All right, lucky number 14, I think. How many winners do we have here? Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, the final winner. Before we move on to full allocation, the 15th winner of a singular TPT account is going to... it's looking close here. It's either Andrew or Love and Life Wellness. Who's it going to be? Andrew, did you get schmeckleberried? I think you did. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Not like this. Love and Life Wellness is the winner. Congratulations. The final winner of a singular TPT account before we move on to the grand prize of the day. Again, this interview, this giveaway was sponsored by TPT. Shout out to TPT for sponsoring such an amazing giveaway and interview today. Remember, TPT is still 50% off on all accounts. 3 days to pass now, and no activation fee. It doesn't get much better than this, ladies and gentlemen. Love and Life Wellness. Did they leave? Did they leave? Oh, no. Not like this. Oh, dear. How do you get to the channel Rip Station for your levels? Check my Instagram story, Red Dog Marker. My Instagram story makes it easy. Just tap on the join button. Tap it as hard as you can. Break your finger on that thing. I think Love and Life Wellness says, you know what? I don't need an account. I'm too rich for this. Sorry to see that, Andrew Trades. It's okay. Next person up, Love and Life Wellness, did not make it in there in time, unfortunately. We are rolling for the 15th winner. Remember, make sure your market clock matches with mine up top. If you are too slow, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss it. You missed it by a second. The rules are rules. I'm sorry to say, the rules are rules, my friend. David's Flex on YouTube. David's Flex. All right, David's Flex, you have one. What is your name on Instagram or Twitter, please? Instagram or Twitter. Let's see if David's Flex chimes in time. Same YouTube as Insta. Okay, David's Flex, let's try it. Let's see. Make sure you follow me. That's how I'll know. There you are. Congratulations to our winner, David's Flex, the final winner of a singular TPT account. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time for the grand prize giveaway. If you're still with me in chat, drop a W in chat. I want to see who's still with us for the grand prize. This is full allocation on TPT be given away to you, the viewers, for sticking around on such an exciting stream today. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. We're still holding 2,200 people here. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate every single one of you. Now, before we do the giveaway, I do just want to recap the trade that I took today in my cash account, in my AMP account. And here it is. It's a singular trade that we took. I shorted the extension from the pitch and catch and covered at our lows. How did I find those levels? How did I find those levels, you ask? I found the levels right here. We came into our zone. We shorted into our zone up here, and we covered at the drop into our secondary zone down here. That pitch and catch was good from top to bottom for a total number of about 100 points. We'll call it 80 to 95 points there on that extension. I polled the chat earlier who caught that exact same trade, and I saw a lot of W's in chat about that thing. God bless y'all. I really appreciate. There's nothing more as a streamer, as a mentor, as an educator in this space. There is nothing more that feeds my thirst for gratitude than seeing you folks take the exact same trade where I don't say, I'm short, I'm covering, because I didn't. We were interviewing James Sixsmith, the CEO of TPT, exactly at the time that I took that trade. And I saw so many people being able to take that exact trade. And that is amazing to see. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being a part of the RIPS Nation and being able to take those trades on your own. The goal as an educator, as a mentor, as a streamer, at least for my own purpose, is to see you folks taking those exact trades on your own. Teach a man to fish rather than teach a man to copy trade or woman, teach a woman to fish, teach a woman to trade, teach a woman or man to do this. And I feel filled with gratitude because seeing you folks take that trade without a signal, without an alert, with just the methodology that I've taught you on this channel, using the RIPS key levels, using the pitch and catch to nail that exact trade is what makes me happy. So big love to you guys this morning for doing that. I love to see it. It makes me so happy. I will be doing a trade recap on my Instagram, on my TikTok, on my YouTube, going through that exact setup and how we did it. By the way, the question has been continually asked, how do you get the RIPS levels? Go on Instagram. Go on Instagram, right? Go on Instagram. Tap my face. It'll bring you to my story. Want to join my free group? Tap join below. It's free. There's 3,700 members. Also, the rest of my story, you know, it's behind the scenes. I talk about everything. You can get a peek into my life if that's important to you. This is a vibe. There's about 4,000 people that view each story daily. I have over 70,000 followers. So if you're one of the people that follows me and you're asking how do you get to my story, you just tap my face right there. I post content every single day. I have a lot of very interesting content on my channel. It's well worth you checking out. Instagram.com/@RIPSTrades. All right, are you folks ready for the final giveaway? This is for full allocation on TPT, everybody. Full allocation, don't mess this up. Here we go. Good luck to all of you. We got 805 people in the giveaway here. If you're not already in, I will let you type in the word unlimited right now to see if there's anybody who hasn't typed it in yet. Okay, we got a couple more coming in. Fat Shrek is here. Vitz Media. Type in the word unlimited for full allocation at TPT. Full allocation at TPT. 5 accounts given away to you for TPT. Type in the word unlimited. That's all you have to do. Look at this. So many people that didn't type in the keyword. I'll let you folks type that in. Again, this was the pitch and catch that made us all of the money today. I interacted with the market. I got to figure this out. How many seconds was I into the market for? So I got in at 6:32 and 22 seconds, and I got out at 6:33 and 2 seconds. So that is 40 seconds. 40 seconds. And I made a total profit of $12,815. So $12,815. $12,815. Let's do the math. I want to get a crackulator and do the math real quick. Let's see. $12,815 divided by the 40 seconds that it took. I made $320 a second today. Over $320 a second. There is no job on planet Earth where you can make that kind of money unless your name is Jeff Bezos, maybe. God bless. All right, everybody, here we go for the final winner of the day. We got about 900 people in this giveaway for the full allocation giveaway for TPT. Here it is. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. Good luck to you. Here we go. Full allocation on TPT. Full allocation on TPT. D Kerr 874, you have won the grand prize. Full allocation on TPT. Full allocation on TPT for D Kerr 874. He has 50 seconds to claim. He just claimed it. He just claimed it. He did it. He did it. Congratulations, our grand prize winner. Oh my God, give it up for D Kerr. Let me see if he follows me. Make sure he follows me. I don't want to claim it too quickly here. Let's see. It's got to be on Twitter, huh? Let's see. See if we can find him on Twitter. The price action cookie. Oh my God, the levels are. I mean, it's a cheat code. It's a real cheat code. What am I saying? It's a real cheat code. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate you tuning into the stream today. It means the world to me. It really does. It really does. It means the world to me. I really appreciate everybody who comes in on the stream here and, Just, anybody? Does anybody? What is that noise? What is that noise? Does anybody else hear that? What is that? What is that? I swear I heard something. Oh my God! What the? Oh my God! Holy shit!
Another
grand prize winner? Another grand prize winner? What? That's right, we're doing another grand prize giveaway. Let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go. We got 900 people in the giveaway for a final grand prize winner. 5 accounts on TPT. Let's go! Who's it gonna be? Oh my God, is it price action beat? Is it price action beat on kick? Let's go! Price action beat, there he is, the grand prize winner number 2 for full allocation on TPT. Price action Pete, what is your name on Instagram or Twitter? Let's make sure he claims it, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. Got it. Got it. Let me make sure. Oh my goodness. And he doesn't follow me on Instagram. Oh my God, he doesn't follow me on Instagram. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm confronted. It's a grand prize winner and he doesn't follow me on Instagram. Pete, what are you doing? Pete, what are you doing? He doesn't follow me on his, no, not like this, Pete. Oh, you're right, it's a private account. You do follow me. You do follow, all right, my bad. He follows me. Put the pitchforks down, ladies and gentlemen. Put the pitchforks down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for real this time, that is actually my time. That's actually my time.
Another one.
Fuck!
Another one. Another one.
Oh no! Not like this! Yeah! Fuck it, we'll do another one. All right, for one singular TPT account, who's it going to? The final winner of the day. Looks like the market just farted right at our level. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's Josh Strategist again. Josh, it's up to you, buddy. Do you want to keep it or do you want to give it to the next person? Do you want to keep it or give it to the next person? You've already won. It's up to you, pal. Do you want to keep it or give it to the next? Let's see. He might be gone. He probably left. He doesn't know the stream well enough. Hey, there he is, Josh. What are you saying? He says, keep that bad boy. He says, I'm greedy. Fuck you all. Josh, the people are going to remember your name. Are you sure? Is that your final answer? Is that your final answer, sir? He says, fuck you all. I'm greedy as shit. I will take 2 today. He says, final answer. Fuck you all. All right, everybody, for real, that's my time today. I appreciate you all tuning in. I will see you folks bright and early tomorrow. And guess what? We're doing another giveaway tomorrow. So I expect you to tune in for that. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. I love you all. Have a great day. Be safe out there. I'll see you on the Instagram stories. Have a great day. See you. Bye. See you.